Dave. This is Joe.
I listened to that podcast and I was like, I'm with him.
That sounds really cool. And then Chris Humphrey's hard fouls. Kevin Garnett pushes him straight into the third row. Let's go. My name is Dave. This is Joe. Let's go.
This is the Boston Sports Nerds Podcast, the B.S.N Show.
Joe, you got anything you want to say before you go?
No, we have talked a lot.
We've talked a lot. Nothing left in the tank.
Let's go. Welcome back to the 60th episode of the Boston Sports Nerds Podcast, B.S.N Show. My name is Dave. Of course, I'm accompanied by my two fellow nerds here. To my right, I have the host of WECP,
Aaron.
There he is. And to my left, I have the host of Set the Record Straight,
Yeah, it's finally out. Joe.
Joe. Sorry.
Am I on?
No, you're on. It's turn it around, Joe. Turn the mic around.
Testing,
got the mic backwards.
testing.
There it is.
Little post start.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, little post start checking here. There we go. Boom, boom. You're on. I like it. Okay, so football's over. The Celtics are bad. The Bruins are good. The Red Sox are quiet. Thanks for listening. That's about it. So what do we got? Patriots. Josh McDaniels is back. We touched on it a little bit last week. That was kind of live news as we
recorded. Yeah. As the week went on, it just got worse and worse nationally.
Crazier and crazier. Josh McDaniels took a blowtorch to his fucking NFL career.
Before we started recording, I was about to say I don't understand the blowback on him changing his mind because he was never actually pen to paper the Colts head coach.
Right.
But
everyone else is hired by now.
The thing is, he had started talking to assistant coaches, and the Colts had started hiring those assistant coaches. So coaches left jobs to go work with Josh McDaniels, and then he went, oh, about that.
Yeah,
I'm not coming.
Hey, sorry.
Also, but talk about a perfect storm of everything happening for the Pats. McDaniels goes, yeah, I'm going to stay with the Pats.
Yeah.
So that's good. We don't lose our offensive coordinator. Don't have to transition offenses.
Aaron, what do you think?
Finish your thought, Joe.
Rivalry back on.
Who cares?
Fucking Chris Ballard, rivalry's back on.
Yeah, take that for data.
Yeah, no, you can't be. It's a super one-sided rivalry.
Right.
But in the aftermath, who gets hired as the new Colts head coach? Frank Reich, who is
offensive coordinator
from Philly.
Oh, rivalry is on.
You damage Philly.
Right. Yep.
You damage Philly.
Yep.
And Philly, who I'm actually very scared of.
Yeah.
Going forward.
See, I think that hurts him because how young Wentz is to take his offensive coordinator away.
The thing is, I'm very scared of the Eagles are not
scared of the thought of Philly.
Yes. The Eagles are not going to.
You don't love Philly. You love the idea of Philly.
You're putting Philly on a pedestal.
Okay.
You're putting the Philly on a pedestal.
Just lay down for 15
You know what?
minutes.
Don't put Philly in the corner, all right?
All right. So I'm not afraid of the Eagles becoming like the next Patriots and winning
That's the Vikings.
Winning 15 Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for the next 2 or 3 years,
They could be really good.
Because their team there's not going to be a lot of turnover. A lot of those guys are signed or young.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the hardest thing is keeping the team good through turnover.
Right.
And that's where every team falters, and the Pats haven't, really.
Right.
Well, see, I think that's where they're going to fall apart in 2 seasons. All that talent that's signed, a lot of them are paid.
Yeah.
And then once they want more money, hypothetically, they make it back to another one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so hard.
You end up like Seattle.
What the Pats
if you get that untimely injury to one guy, and then all the shoes start to drop.
Right.
That's why it's so hard to do.
If I can derail this conversation already, I had a friend ask me. He's been a lifelong Patriot hater. He hates Tom Brady. He actually doesn't mind the Patriots. He hates Tom Brady. Right.
Weird. All right.
Yeah. He's always said, if it wasn't for Belichick, Brady wouldn't be shit. If it wasn't for Belichick, Brady wouldn't be shit. Finally, he comes to me and asks me, he says, who do you think is more responsible? I said, it's a yin-yang, dude. It's the perfect mix. I said, we talked about it before. Bill Belichick didn't execute a 25-point comeback.
Yeah.
Tom Brady did,
yeah.
Right? But also, Tom Brady didn't blitz Dante Hightower when Devontae Freeman was picking up blitzes because he knew that
Yeah,
Freeman
it is.
right?
It's literally a perfect.
It's the perfect, right? So it's a match made in heaven. I said, and I guess you could give Belichick a nod because being able to be competitive for 18 years in the free agency era, salary cap period, is unfathomable. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, so I'll give him credit for that. And he goes, yeah. And I used to think the same thing. Then I really sat and thought about it. He's only really good at team building because he has a quarterback that doesn't hold him hostage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So without Tom Brady, and if Tom Brady said, hey, pay me $25 million, which, by the way, we'll get into, almost happened, we think. You know what I mean? That almost scared the shit out of us. If Tom Brady says, hey, pay me. If I'm Peyton Manning, I want to get paid. I'm a top dollar quarterback. How good would they be? You know what I mean?
I mean,
so maybe it is more Tom Brady.
The roster this year is not that
he's
good.
The fucking go, Aaron. God damn it!
I think with that to play into that scenario.
Yeah.
Every other quarterback that he's taught, like you would say, like you would put him up against, like, obviously not to the same level as Brady, but everyone's conversation: Favre, Manning, Elway. Other than like Favre doing like a Wrangler commercial,
right?
And Peyton Manning, he's had
Papa John,
Papa John, and then what's the other one?
State Farm.
Yeah.
But like
Allstate or
Allstate or
Nationwide.
Nationwide.
On your side. Yeah.
But even that, he's losing to like country singers.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I feel like most NFL players, this isn't downplaying it. Their wives are their wives.
Right.
They stay home. They're the mom. They take care of the family. They make all the decisions off the field for this gentleman when it comes to being like at home.
I like where you're going.
You got Brady.
Right. This is a fucking good guy.
Brady can look at it and go, listen, I have TB12.
She makes more than me.
No. I'm getting to that.
Okay, yeah.
I have TB12.
Yeah.
I probably have a sweet fucking deal with Kraft for the rights to leasing the property at in Patriot Place.
Yeah.
And it's all free advertisement because he's allowed to wear that stuff when he's in his interviews.
Right.
It's all free advertisement for him.
Yeah.
And he can look at it and go, listen, I am making good money.
Right.
I've had a longer career than a lot of these guys.
Right.
And, oh, that's right, my wife's the highest paid supermodel of all time.
Right.
She's made more money than any other supermodel has ever made.
Right.
It's a common misconception, too, that Brady doesn't make money. He doesn't hold the team hostage.
He makes, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, he makes a good
money.
living.
Yeah,
it's just not
Also,
what Aaron Rodgers makes.
He makes his money. He just does
different
it
ways.
differently than than
Yeah.
other teams do. He doesn't
His
take.
cap hit isn't high, but his signing bonuses are.
Yeah, he restructures his contract all the time, so they just pay him a bunch of money up front, and then they can sign more people under the salary cap.
And he gets a free car every time he wins a fucking MVP.
Bowl,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think about it. He's
Right.
not spending a lot of money if he doesn't
He
want to.
gets a free car every time he wins an MVP. Also, like Lexus gave him a brand new fucking Sportster or whatever
Right.
that there's only 12 of in the world.
And he's the spokesman for Aston Martin. And they
Yeah,
have the
or
Tom
Aston
Brady,
Martin, that's what it was, not
yeah.
Lexus.
And they have like the Tom Brady edition.
yeah,
Right,
so
there's
he has
like
one of
12
those
made,
for
yeah.
free, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no, totally.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when you look at what Tom Brady did, and he's Under Armour, like, there are, like, okay, the same
Uggs,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, he is. And he's done, like, he does the GQ magazines and stuff, but, like, he has been a model for shit.
He also has this religion of sports thing that he's starting up with Strahan. That they're the ones that presented the documentary Tom versus Tom.
Did you see the thing that said that the documentary is on hold?
Yeah,
I was
because they were of course building it around the idea that they were going to win the Super Bowl.
But the thing is, that implies that there's more than just one other episode. To me, to say that the documentary is
I think
on
they changed
hold,
it. I think they changed what the 6th episode was going to be. Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was going to be one more episode with the idea that they were going to win and they were going to be able to capture it that night, and then be done. But then they didn't. So now they're like, let's get Tom going to Costa Rica again with Giselle, or what? You know what I mean? Like whatever they're going to do now is now a rethought idea or whatever. Back to
I would
the drawing
like
board.
to see it become a series, like almost like a television series. Like,
I think it was really well done.
do it so like
and it's very easy to consume.
They record episode 1 is preseason, episode 2 is the first 3-4 weeks of the season, episode 3 is the first 4 weeks. I mean, they'd be spread apart. It wouldn't be released, or they would just wait till the Super Bowl again.
Religion of Sports, the brand, that made an announcement with Tom Brady, talking about it too, where they're going after ESPN. That's their thing.
I don't think the name's good enough for that.
Not news, but like
30
the
for
30s, E60s, like that kind of thing, which is like the Players Tribune.
Yeah.
Right. So that's really who their competition is right now, because that's an instant player access.
See, but the only problem with that is you have not just ESPN doing it. You're saying there's other people that are doing it too. HBO just is putting out a fucking documentary about Andre the Giant. Like, there's so many other companies that are like,
that's true.
Hey, ESPN's very successful with this 30 for 30 thing. Let's do our own.
Also, I know they're not taken as seriously in the media, like sports media thing, but Barstool does actual like documentaries too.
Yeah.
They did one on Bills Mafia. They did one on the Vikings Love Boat.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, the
Bills Mafia one was good.
Yeah, and I heard the Vikings Love Boat one is actually pretty good too. I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen it.
I don't want to watch it.
But I like the Religion of Sports name. It's not as catchy as ESPN, but it's like I like their logo a lot too.
Yeah.
I think they should team with the Players Tribune.
That would be.
I think what the best idea would probably be to have Religion of Sports be like the video documentary
and the Players Tribune
arm of
blog,
it, and the Players. You could actually call it like ESPN 30 for 30 is like the documentary arm.
Right.
You could have Player Tribune, and then Player Tribune like Religion of Sports is the video element of it.
Also, speaking of videos,
now you have Derek Jeter. Because that's his website.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter, Tom Brady, Michael Strahan.
Right.
I mean, that's like Titans.
Yeah, that's good. Speaking of videos I really want to watch with players, you guys see the Kobe and Shaq? It's kind of like Bill and Bill.
They sit them down.
They did it on their own. Like they just.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're meeting up. I guess it's going to be on TNT's.
Oh no, I didn't see that
thing. Like their pregame show, but it's like it's supposed to be a half-hour long like conversation, and the trailer for it was, Shaq says, so we win the first one, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm cool, I'm done. Like, I don't even need to do anything else anymore. Like, I'll keep playing, but I don't need much, right? He's like, so I go back home to Orlando. He's like, and then they're sort of like, I hear they're talking like, oh, can they do it again? Can this be like the next great Lakers dynasty or whatever? He says, and I know that I had you, and he points to Kobe. He's like, you were the workhorse. And since you were the workhorse, I was able to just chill. And you know how I did things. I didn't want to work out during the summer. Like, I didn't do that. I'll get ready when I want to get ready, whatever. And Kobe's like, and that's what pissed me off. It's like, because I'm working my ass off, and I see you partying or whatever all summer. And he goes, hey, that's how I get down, man. Like, that's how. He's like, no, I know, but that's what pissed me off. It's like, because I'm watching me struggle or whatever, and you're just sitting around doing nothing or whatever.
Hey,
and then they cut it off at that point. But I was like, that was good. Interesting to see those two get, especially with their history or whatever. Interesting watch, I'm sure. So
I just want them to like refer to the Kobe. How does my ass taste?
Okay, Kobe, tell me how much.
Did you see that story that Charles Barkley played a game drunk?
Yes. Yeah.
After a failed trade to the Lakers, he like played a whole game drunk.
I mean, you say that, but like, you ever listen to like an interview with Oil Can?
Oh God, yeah.
Talk about
Strawberry or whatever. Yeah.
Well, Oil Can talk about how like, listen, I went down to this house.
Yeah.
I smoked up a whole bunch of crack.
Right. They went pitch.
I showed up. Or no, I did LSD or something like that.
Yeah.
Showed up. I don't know. Like, he goes, I was seeing fucking fish.
Right.
I was seeing different colors. The sun was coming at me. Like, and he's like, and I pitched a perfect. Like, he's like, and I pitched a great game.
Like seven 2-hitters. Like 7 innings. 2 innings.
Speaking of Bill versus Bill, what's his name from the Giants back in the day? The best fucking Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah. LT.
He played games on fucking coke and crack.
But coke is like.
He played on crack. He smoked crack.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's just coke.
Yeah, it's just a crystallized form of cocaine.
But still,
it just sounds worse.
It just means you have like no teeth left.
Coke sounds like a rich person's drug, and crack sounds like
it is. That's the version. That's the difference. Yeah,
it's cut with like household chemicals and shit.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, you just add like fucking.
Is it baking powder?
Baking powder.
Baking soda.
Sure, both. Why not?
Baby laxative.
Don't know anything about crack.
Dude, believe me. It's definitely baking soda.
I learned all my stuff about all my crack information from watching 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Where they
all
literally
my knowledge,
cook crack in the movie.
That was
So,
it. All right.
We really derailed there.
Sorry.
Episode, what episode is this?
60.
How to cook crack.
No, it's
So McDaniels is back.
yeah.
That was a long-winded
Yeah.
metaphor
Yeah,
for...
sorry about that.
I mean, obviously, I don't care because I don't want him, but
But the
I
thing is,
think it's crazy that.
who would have been your coach? Who would have been your coordinator?
I mean, to be honest, I said the same thing about Peyton Manning.
Just like
You've
Brady
been
Cole?
playing this long, you know what plays you want to run, and also I've watched it on teams that I've played in, and a smaller, like, shittier version where you have a quarterback and wide receiver that know each other so well. Like, hey, do you see what I'm seeing?
Right.
I'm doing it. Throw it to me.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I agree with you on the field. I have no problem with Tom Brady calling the shots.
Yep.
But there's a thing about the offensive coordinator that I didn't really think about until this week. Who coaches them if they don't have an offensive coordinator? Like,
what do you mean?
Who's doing the film session? Who's drawing up plays?
Well, here's
the
thing I was going to say about that. Good point, but at the same time, you have wide receivers coaches.
Right, yeah.
You have
Ivan Fields.
lineman coaches.
Running
You
backs
have
coach.
running backs coach,
Yeah.
defensive tight end coach. Every position has its own coach. Quarterback has a coach.
Right.
Brady goes in, sits down with the coaches.
Yeah.
This is my game plan this week, guys.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Go over it with the guys, and then sit down. Go down, like you said. Go to the offensive meeting.
Yeah.
Run through the plays from last week, and guys, we got to pick this up. Blah, 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 blah. Because he does that anyway during the game.
Right.
He'll start
Yeah.
yelling
Oh, yeah.
at him anyway. So it's not like he doesn't do that little critiquing anyway. I think he could do it. I think Belichick would never allow it.
I know why. I know why you don't like Josh McDaniels. I even see some of it, like when we're watching the games. Like, there's a reason why Aaron doesn't like Josh McDaniels. It's a bad call. I think it's really good that he's coming back because it's so. I know, like, Brady can run the offense, but you just don't know how that wear of having to coordinate all of that when you don't normally have to coordinate all of that would wear on him. Brady's so used to, like, going home and watching tape and thinking only about himself
mechanics
and what he has to do. And when you're an offensive coordinator, yes, the quarterback is a giant part, but, like, so is the entire offense. And I know you have other coaches, but they've had so much success with Josh McDaniels. Even though, I think and you think, we all think that he makes some stupid play calls.
Yep.
He has been
And I think
so
they could do it without
successful
him, too.
there.
They were really good with Bill O'Brien. They were really good with Charlie Weiss. You know what I mean? Like, I
And who's the common denominator there?
Tom Brady. Right?
Yeah.
Or Bill Belichick.
But he's been so successful there, and Tom's relationship with him is so good.
Did you see the Instagram post? I don't think it actually was on his Tom versus Time. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But where he was like, see, this is what Bill does. And it's like he's like looking at a piece of paper. It's like the game plan, like notes on everybody.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is what Bill does. And he's the best in the world at this or whatever. He's like, there's no one that does this better than Bill. And then he gives this information to Josh. And then Josh does with it what he does with it. And he's the best to do it in the world or whatever. He's like, and then they give it to me. And I think I'm the best to do it or whatever. He's like, so you look at us three. And we're like, oh, yeah, this is easy. Like, this part's really easy or whatever. But you could tell that's, the first time that he referenced Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Or whatever, where he's like, gave him a lot of credit because he does a lot with Josh in the documentary. But you could tell he has this, like, oh, Josh is great. You know what I mean? Like, Bill's great. And he makes Josh great. And then Josh makes me great. You know what I mean? And we all make each other great or whatever. So I think the synergy of the three of them is important. I'll let you get back to your point. I just thought that was
pretty much my point. Is the synergy has been so successful with those three, and like I know it has been successful in other times. It was successful with Bill O'Brien.
It was different,
but how many Super Bowls does Bill O'Brien have with the Pats?
Zip.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Charlie Weiss has the original ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did he only win? He won the first three, right?
First three.
First three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Good.
he left for Notre Dame or whatever.
My rebuttal to that only because this is how my brain works. If like you said, he really focuses on what Brady focuses on what Brady's needs to work on.
Yeah.
If he focuses on what the whole offense needs to work on, he's been playing for how many years?
This will be 18 coming up. Oh, he was drafted 18 years ago.
Okay. So 18 years of muscle memory would just kick, and not to say that he doesn't need to work.
Right.
But at a certain point,
right. He's good enough.
He's good enough.
Right.
Hypothetically, like, and I'm not comparing the two at all, but Brett Favre at a certain point fucking cashed out.
Right, yeah.
On preparing and still almost made it back to another fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
So if Brady goes, hey, I'm just going to focus on the guys around me, I know what I need to do. Muscle memory, I understand part of it's his preparation. He loves the preparation of it. But if he's already preparing for it, all he has to do is focus on what's going on around him. Right, that's what he does anyway.
Right.
He knows what everyone on that team is supposed to do anyway.
Right.
When you're an offensive lineman, you're supposed to know everything that the whole offense... Like, when you're the center, that was my job. I need to know what both guards and both tackles do. And if there's a tight end that's going to stay in and block or a running back that's going to stay in and block, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's our responsibility. Brady already needs to know what everyone's doing anyway.
Right. Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. I think he could just... And I'm not saying that you're wrong, Joe. I'm just saying he could just kick on, like... Just, you not go to autopilot, but just like... Fuck, I know what I'm doing.
I'm just scared of that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I agree with you. I'm just scared of it because watching that damn Tom versus Time probably skewed my whole thought as to how much Tom Brady works because it looks like the guy's always working. But like the thing where he's with that throwing coach and he's like doing the like the hip twist or whatever, and the guy says quarterbacks don't come see me to get 10% better. They come see me to get 1% better, and that means everything to them or whatever. That thing for Tom Brady to need that 1% better, I think is what makes him great.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
So going on autopilot, I agree with you. I think he could do it. I think he'd still be really good. I also think Brett Favre was a better natural athlete, and I think that Tom Brady is a better preparation guy, mental guy. You know what I mean? Like Favre was the guy. He could move around. He could, take off and run if he wanted.
I love that.
Not
Tom
that he
Brady's
was fast,
not good at anything.
Like, right, except for that. Like, just
I like that he was like the worst athlete ever. Like he's just complete average. Like if he wasn't 6 feet tall, he'd be the most average motherfucker in the world.
just playing Jane with a butt chin.
To me, that's what makes all the Super Bowls and all that success that he has. Yeah. What makes him the greatest of all time to me is the fact that he's actually not good. He's actually really
not a gifted person.
He's not athletic or athletically gifted at all, and he has to work more than all of those guys. Like Aaron Rodgers, by all athletic ability measurements, is a better quarterback. He's arguably more accurate. He's got a better arm. He can move in the pocket. But Tom Brady is light years more successual than him just because he works harder at it. Right. And that's what he's better. Peyton Manning was a better quarterback than him. Dan Marino, you can name all of them. They're all better quarterbacks than him.
Better pass
by natural ability. But he's better than all of them because he doesn't give a fuck about that.
He works harder.
He makes himself better than them.
Right.
That's true. That's what makes him the GOAT. To me, in my mind,
I get you.
The fact that he's actually not
he's a goddamn GOAT.
The fact I'm not even trying to have that argument. The fact that baseline, he's actually a worse quarterback than all of them.
Yeah, he's actually the woe, if anything.
But in the league, he's the better one. Right. Is what makes him the GOAT.
Right. Well, no, but that's true. To that point is he's been saying for how many years? A couple of years now. I'm in better shape than I was when I was 22.
Right.
He is. He looks better. Yeah, he does, he's actually playing. Look at the stats.
Physically,
he's playing better.
No, that's what I'm saying. Better. Physically, he knows what he's doing. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right. No,
yes,
you're right.
Yes. Would it add way more than he already does onto it? Yeah. Would he have to? Would he lose?
He'd have to leave Giselle. He'd have to leave Giselle at that point. Or she would leave him.
Or he would just move into the garage.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just going to stay there for fucking 9 months. I'll see you.
Doing this.
Yeah.
It's the old...
She's like, you can do that standing up next to me. All right?
It's the old...
I'm wide open.
Don't fix it if it ain't broken.
Yeah.
No, I get it. No,
it just scares me. I'm not saying you're wrong. It just freaks me out.
You could be right. He could handle it fucking perfectly, and the offense is better without McDaniels there.
Right.
But... if I was a betting man, I would say...
I just don't like...
if I was to set odds on it, I just think the odds are it's better with McDaniels there than having to go through a whole transition.
Because you can let Tom be Tom. Josh can do Josh.
There's no transition.
Yeah.
Then after after every change, there's going to be like a down year or a transition year.
Right.
To not compare the two because I genuinely don't like one of them, but this is
Kanye
LeBron
West,
James.
Tom Brady. Oh.
No, close.
Right,
LeBron James.
Yeah.
He runs that whole team.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
And I understand that there's only 5 on the court
Right.
versus 11 on the field.
Right.
But
He's also got to play both ways, so that kind of is like...
yeah, no, I'm just saying, like he's one of those people that, yes, everyone says, oh yeah, this guy is the coach. Yeah, but everybody always says, like, fucking
You
no.
want Tom Brady to be Jackie Moon.
Yes, I was gonna say that. I was like, he's gonna be Jackie Moon.
He's gonna turn to fucking Ed Hockley like, oh, suck my cock, I'll murder your family. What did I say?
Love me sexy. He just starts singing. He does his dance.
all
His
it was.
dance that he does at
Yeah.
was it Royale or Casino, whatever, what the fuck is it down in Brazil that he goes to with Giselle?
Yeah.
What do they call that?
Oh, this one?
Yeah, when he's dancing and shit.
It's the worst dance video of all time.
Yeah, but what is
It actually makes me lose respect for Tom Brady every time someone posts it.
Did you see the kid dancing in front of the girl? Video that I posted? So this guy just set game back by like 255 years.
All right, I saw that you posted it, but I didn't watch the kid actually dance.
That was pretty Tom Brady-esque.
I don't know, the one where he's on the balcony and he's just kind of like bouncing and turning.
Years. Yeah. That's
It's
Tom.
like I can't. That's
Yeah, but
and it was long hair
It's like
Tom.
cringeworthy. Oh,
It was
yeah,
long hair
hair
Tom too,
yeah.
and he's just like.
I actually loved long hair Tom though.
He looks so frail and.
He does. That's like the same when they went down the water slide.
Yes.
Like, that was a
Yeah.
tough week. That was a
Yeah.
tough week for Tom.
Yeah, I
tough
think
stretch.
I think they should just.
Just like the water slide.
I want shaved head Tom. I want
Which
just
is like
buzz
you want
cut.
like fucking brawl and sell Block 99 Vince
Oh,
Vaughn
yeah,
Tom. That's
yeah.
what you want fucking right there.
Just buzzed
Fucking cross in the back of his head.
buzzed head Tom.
That'd be cool.
I want the whole Pats team just go
bald.
Gronkowski hairstyle.
It's fucking there you go. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
So Josh McDaniels is back.
No, I just think like the whole thing about him, like I agree with like teams and players and people that are pissed off at him. Like if lack of a better word, if you had a skin in the game, like you said, there's coordinators that didn't take a job because they thought they were going to go with McDaniels, and then he decides at the last minute.
It makes him
Deuces.
Or
look.
people that took a Colts assistant job,
Yeah.
thinking that you uprooted your family, thinking I'm going to work with Josh here,
Yeah.
and now it's like
And the Colts are honoring all those positions. They still
Yeah, no,
they
they're
told the guys.
yeah,
like, hey,
everybody's
if you
getting their jobs. Yeah,
But-
but
shame on the Colts though too. Like
Hey, don't announce it until it's for sure.
yeah, and I know everyone in the NFL does, but
they
like
okay.
the Bears, I think you brought it up. The Bears didn't hire Josh. They interviewed him. They didn't hire Josh. They liked him because they thought he had some doubt about leaving New England.
Yeah.
So they kind of like he doesn't seem like bought in. So we gotta go elsewhere. Now the Colts, either are unaware of the situation or didn't care and thought, okay, yeah, well, this will work or whatever. Or Josh really did want the Colts job, and someone says, yeah, Andrew Luck's shoulder is just rotting right off of his body.
Well, that's my thought.
Right?
Or
yeah. Double
Josh
or.
really did want the Colts job. Andrew Luck's shoulder is fine.
Yeah.
But then Robert Kraft showed up and was like, listen,
Yeah.
you could take that job
Right,
and
right.
you'd be a head coach.
Yeah.
And,
Which
you know,
you're not very good at.
and maybe Andrew Luck is pretty good, and maybe you make the playoffs, but then you
No.
lose to us anyway, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Or I could make you the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You could stay here for, I don't know, let's just say magic mind reading 1 or 2 more years, and then by some grace of Bill Belichick, the head coaching job of the Patriots opens up, and then you're my guy.
Right.
And
But
then
you can't say, can't do that. Can't say you're next.
really?
You have to interview. Rooney Rule.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You have to do the interview process.
Yeah, well, which
You
is
can't
weird.
delete
Which
it.
is which is
not
crazy.
a- It's
Which
not.
is
It's a
It's like
Which-
tampering. in
yeah,
the
but you know what's
NFL,
crazy is in college football, there's coaches in waiting.
right?
yeah.
Like there's guys that
yeah,
know in 5 years they're the
the
head
Rooney
coach.
Rule is a joke. I mean,
Yeah, but you say that, but then I mean, Pittsburgh wouldn't have ended up with their coach if they didn't have to interview him.
That's true. That is
The
true.
I don't know.
I don't think he's a great coach, but I think it helped get him that job.
I think the Steelers just wanted him as the head coach.
No, now maybe the Steelers might just be like, hey, yeah, the Rooneys, that definitely works. Like they could be saying that on their own, but they said when they interviewed him, they had absolutely no interest in him, but they did the interview just based on like affirmative action type thing. They got to do it, and he came in and blew the doors off the interview. And then they started thinking about it, like he was actually really good, and then they brought him in for a second one, and then they really.
I think the Rooney Rule works if you don't know who you want for your next head coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but if you already know who you want,
right?
Like the big coaching hire Raiders. What's his name?
Oh my God, Gruden.
John Gruden.
Right.
The Raiders knew they were going to hire John Gruden.
Right.
They got investigated for the Rooney Rule. They went, we interviewed these two candidates.
Right.
One was a coach, black like linebackers coach on the Raiders, and one was like a coach for USC or something like that.
Right.
They probably didn't even really interview him. They probably went to them and said, "Hey, is it cool if we just say, like,
just say we
that
just
we
need
use you guys?
You mind signing?"
So the Pats are going to go, "Yeah, we interviewed Ivan Fierce,
right?
Yeah,
and then we gave the job to Josh McDaniels,
right?
Because why would you give a job to your running backs coach and not to your offensive coordinator? I mean, it doesn't make any sense." But we interviewed him.
Yeah,
just
there you go.
Rooney Rule check.
There you go. Nothing like looking like a number. You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of a backwards.
And you know what they do? They go, "Hey, listen, we're not really going to interview you."
Right.
But Josh will probably make you offensive coordinator. So
thanks for coming in. You did great.
Yeah.
This is great.
Good job.
Hold on, we'll bring Josh in with you.
Also,
let you interview with Josh.
I may have brought this up before. Mm-hmm. Does anyone else notice anything about the way Robert Kraft talks?
Oh, like those? Like a drunk? Like he's always drunk?
Always sounds drunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I don't... Like, you just said it back to me. Yeah. You might be the first other person I've ever heard say it.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin and I joke about it all the time. We're like, this is all the
People bring up Robert Kraft all the time. Mm-hmm. No one mentions that he constantly sounds drunk.
No
all the time.
Kevin and I had a long-running joke that all last Super Bowl run, he was getting progressively more drunk at the end of the game.
He just sounds plastered constantly.
I'm waiting back. If they beat the Falcons, he's going to be like, fuck you, Roger. But
the thing is, you just sounded like completely sober Robert Kraft.
Exactly, right.
You know what's... if you remember him talking before his wife passed...
Yeah.
He seemed more sober.
Yeah.
He might be an alcoholic
drunk
now.
all the time.
He might be an alcoholic now.
He has gotten progressively more stylish, though.
That's what I mean. Like, he's probably like, let's just go out there and do it.
Oh, is it in Bill vs. Bill? They cut to Robert Kraft for one thing, and he's sitting in, like, it looks like he's in, like, a really fancy place. He's got his hair slicked back.
Yeah.
And he's got, like, this fucking, like, blue suit jacket, and he's got the white shirt under it, but it's open a little.
Ooh.
Like, he's being a little sexy. He's got his fucking Super Bowl ring on, his fucking... watch. He's just sitting there like, well, you know.
Well, I first met Bill.
First time I met Bill Belichick. I had done a whole handle of SoCo.
But here's the thing: if when we were talking about McDaniels again, but
he's back.
He's back.
McDaniels is back. This is how you cook.
Here's the thing, though: you have to this year draft your next quarterback.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because
kid from Oklahoma
would
State.
he take that job? Mm-hmm. If I was him, I would not take that job going, well, I'm going to have Brady for the next 2 years, and then he's going to ride off to the sunset with fucking Belichick.
I think Brady stays longer than Belichick.
I think Brady stays longer than Gronk and Belichick.
I could see it.
Well, Gronk might go somewhere else. I don't believe his career will end.
Might be the next Rock.
I don't believe that at all.
The Rock.
I don't believe that at all.
He might be the next The Rock.
Yeah, right? No, not at all.
The Gronk's going to be body slamming people in the WWE.
Yeah.
I think that would be
maybe.
Yeah, I think that
maybe.
Imagine Gronk, Ronda Rousey, mixed matchup. What do they call that?
Mixed match challenge.
Mixed match challenge.
Not good at all.
I think what'll happen is Belichick's leaving in the next 2 years, which is my theory. Mm-hmm. Multiple episodes.
Did I say Ronda Rousey?
Yes,
that's what I meant. Okay,
it is Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
multiple episodes ago, I had my theory. I think we did a long diatribe about how I think Belichick's leaving within 2 years.
You called your shot.
Yeah. I the Josh McDaniels like rehire, doubling like
doubled down on that,
backing off his thing, kind of like was like, oh, I think I was right.
Yep.
So I think Belichick's leaving. I think Brady is like 3 to 4 years.
I think he's got till 45.
You think he's going to do it?
I'm buying 45 unless he wins.
He'll get a couple more years with
45, 50. 55, 60.
Yeah. Just what was that TB12 commercial? Yeah. If I'm going to play till 45, if I'm going to play till I'm 50, if I'm going to play till I'm 65 years old,
and they're all like, yeah.
Yes.
He makes the best commercials.
He really does. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Tom Brady commercials,
yeah.
I hate this new fucking narrative that Tom Brady, Madden curse is still on because they lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, break Super Bowl records and win MVP in the same
Madden curse.
Madden
back in my day, the Madden curse used to be like, "Oh, your knee exploded on the first down of the first game of the year."
Yeah, right. You played 6 minutes.
Oh, I had the best statistical season of my career and won MVP at 40, and lost the Super Bowl on like one play.
Right.
And
Madden
curse,
record-breaking performance, by the way. Yeah, right.
Or you're like Eddie George or like, Donovan McNabb, where it's like, oh my God, you came back down to earth.
Yeah.
Or
like
Sean Alexander.
Peyton Hillis was the worst Madden.
Him and Sean Alexander.
Yeah.
Look at their fucking stats the next season.
Yeah.
They're just horrible.
Right.
I got paid, motherfucker.
that's not the Madden curse.
Peyton Hillis missed like 4 games with like strep throat. Remember that? It was like, what the
Well, he
hell
should have
was
never
that?
been the cover.
No, he shouldn't. Yeah.
That was like, we're going to put a poll.
you beat the Patriots.
That was like we're going to put a poll out to the people, and the people are like, you fucked up doing this. We're going to give you fucking Peyton Hillis.
That was the first voted cover.
Yeah, and they voted Peyton Hillis. They were just like,
he was dominant the year before.
Well, he beat the Patriots.
He ran all over the fucking Patriots.
That's the other thing I want to talk about with Josh McDaniels leaving is I think a lot of people are like annoyed that he went back. Yeah. Because they were like, we were so fucking close. We were so fucking close to the whole thing falling apart. And you fucked us, you asshole. Yep. We had it. It was right there.
Yeah, but I don't.
The dynasty was crashing. Yeah, Belichick's going to be the Giants head coach. Yeah. Fucking Brady's going to die. Yep. And the dynasty was going to be dead. And fucking McDaniels goes crawling back. Yeah. So I think that's what a lot of the fans, not like actual like NFL staff.
But I think most people like look at it, and people that come at it from a logical point of view, like a what's his name?
There are no logical fans in the NFL.
No. I'm talking about like an actual athlete. Mike played for Cowboys. He always comes on Irvin. Yeah, he was on EI, and he's talking about he talks about all the time. He's like, Belichick has had an offensive and defensive coordinator leave after the first 3 Super Bowls. Yeah. He goes, and then he went back to 2 more. Yeah. McDaniels was there for one of them. Yeah. And I think what's his name was there for the other one.
Yeah.
Or also
O'Brien.
O'Brien was there for the second loss to the Giants. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like they still had good coordinators that got them to these games. Yep. This plays into people's fucking argument with Brady and Belichick. It is Belichick's system.
Mm-hmm. Right. But the system's changed.
No, it has, but here's the other thing. You make a good system, yeah, and then Tom Brady comes in and goes, this is the best system you can have. Yeah, this is the best system you can have if you have me.
It's a hard argument. Like the whole who gets more credit is like, I used to think it's more Brady than Belichick. Yeah. I've settled back, which is weird to do after the Super Bowl that like undoubtedly was lost by Bill Belichick.
Right.
It's I've settled back until like it is 100% a 50-50 yin.
That's how I've always felt. Yeah.
And it's just like the whole reason like this is like what people call like a once in a generational like dynasty is because everything had to fall into place where that these 2 guys ended up together. Because Brady might be good enough to win 1 or 2 Super Bowls on his own without Bill Belichick, a different head coach. Right. And Bill Belichick might be good enough to win, 1 or 2 Super Bowls on his own without Tom Brady as his quarterback. But we'll never know. Right. And we've never seen Tom Brady without Bill Belichick, but we've seen Bill Belichick without Tom Brady. Yeah. And
they've been good and not won a Super Bowl.
He has a losing record. He's under 500 without Tom Brady.
Right. Yeah. And with the system he has, where he is, he had a winning season. Mm-hmm. Didn't make the playoffs, but he had 11-game winning season.
11 wins is good. Yeah, right.
So, and I'm not downplaying that, but that's saying, hey, Tom Brady is like Dave says, he's worth 7 more wins.
Yeah, well, it's like
with him on the field.
And it's the same team.
It's not
that's what I mean. The same team the year before.
Like, he took the Browns to the playoffs with Vinny Testaverde as his quarterback.
Yeah.
Right?
And but also went 4-12 with Drew Bledsoe.
But then, with Drew Bledsoe, he goes 4-12, and then he goes 0-2 to start the next year.
Yeah,
and you know how we were just talking about how Tom Brady's like the most unathletic person ever?
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking Leadfoot Drew.
Yeah, but he had a better arm.
No, he did. He did.
Mile.
He did. But does that harm him? When you look at Brady, he doesn't have the best arm, and he doesn't have the legs either.
Watching that Tom versus Time thing, showed me exactly why Bill Belichick was a Brady guy and not a Bledsoe guy off the rip, and that is because watching Brady go through that game tape and just meticulously like click, click, click. And that's the exact same way Bill Belichick is, like every little detail.
Right.
And if he's on that same page with his quarterback, and maybe Bledsoe is still a great, game tape study, has a good arm, but it's not the same level.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go with this guy because he just understands better.
Well, that and he just wants to make wine.
Yeah,
that's true.
Just into wine.
He's a wino now.
Big selling point right there.
And who was a big Bledsoe guy? Is
Parcells.
Ron Borges.
Ooh.
Which is a segue.
It is. Real quick, just to go back to kind of what we were saying about the Matt Castle year and Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Now, Tom Brady's first year was in 2001, obviously played less games because he came in week 3 or 4 or whatever. Yeah. Matt Castle took over in week 1. Tom Brady in his first year, this is the bulletproof Tiger Grove system that the Patriots have, that I think Bill Belichick's system is. Tom Brady had 11 wins his first year, right? He was 11-3. He had a 63.9 completion percentage. Matt Castle had 10 wins as a starter because Brady started week 1.
Technically,
right. He has a 63.4 completion percentage. 63.9, 63, or 63.4, right? So 0.5 difference. Tom Brady had 2,843 passing yards. Matt Castle had 3,693 in 8 years difference after all the passing rule changes, right? So he gets the advantage of the no jam. You only get 5 yards to jam, can't mow wide receivers anymore, so he gets the benefit there. Tom Brady had 18 touchdowns and 12 picks. Matt Castle had 21 touchdowns, 11 picks. So it's like the same year if you account for like inflation of pass yards. You know what I mean, like passing success.
Well, and you had Randy Moss.
Right. And back then you had
Welker
Matt
and
Castle
Moss.
took over a much better team. That's
what I'm saying. You had Moss and Welker
Tom
and
Brady's
Watson.
team won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Tom Brady's team won the Super Bowl, but the offense
so much better.
Was so much better and more designed to pass the ball.
Right.
With Castle.
Right. Absolutely. They were wide open.
Every time someone brings up the Castle thing, it's like, dude, they went undefeated the year before.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to say Tom Brady's not a good
quarterback. To go undefeated and then go...
just say it already.
to go undefeated and then go 11-5 is a huge difference.
Right.
You take 5 losses from any... If you were 8-8 the year before, now you're what?
13-3.
You're 3-13?
Right.
Or if you go the other way.
Right.
If a quarterback... Dak Prescott gets you to 14-2. Dak Prescott gets hurt, and the backup goes
and now you're
9-7.
Right.
You're going to say that, system.
Yeah, it's definitely a system guy. No problem. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Carson Wentz goes out, team wins a Super Bowl. That's a system quarterback.
Right. Fuck
Carson
Philly.
Wentz.
Fuck Philly.
System quarterback.
Speaking of Ron Borges.
I had a great segue.
You did. You really
and
did.
you were just like, no, fuck your segue. And then you were like, this is how you cook crack. Speaking of Ron Borges.
Exactly, yeah. Hey, Josh McDaniels is back. Ron Borges set the Patriots' world on fire.
For about
6 to 10 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, just about.
Accurate time frame.
Overnight scare.
He got suspended, didn't he?
He might get fired.
He should get fired.
He should
He
get
is
fired.
a bad reporter.
He's a really bad reporter. He's been accused of plagiarism.
I've never realized that the whole history of Ron Borges being a bad reporter
existed until
turns out he's not good at his job.
No.
And I don't even feel bad saying he probably deserves to be fired. He was fired already from the Boston Globe.
Right.
Went to the Herald.
Right.
Pulled a lot of the same shit he pulled at the Globe. They got him fired.
Right.
And then gets tricked by the most
sketchy fucking deal.
How do you not just
call
Donye's office?
Right.
Be like, hey, I've been talking to Donye. Is this his phone number? That's all you have to say.
Right. And where he's really in trouble is not only getting duped, sources.
Oh yeah, just lying.
Sources. Wait a minute. Who are those other sources? So how many articles has Ron Borges written where he says, according to multiple reports or according to multiple sources, and really you talk to some guy that was lying to you via text message on, you know what I mean? Unbelievable.
I've never seen someone just bite on a...
It's like me texting.
Agenda. It's like me texting Dave and be like, yo, this is Jesus.
Right.
What's going on with your day?
And I do it, Dave speaks with Jesus.
And you're just being like, it's good, Jesus. How are you?
Wouldn't you know
little tidbit for you. World's going to end about 20 minutes from now. Right. Run the report.
Call everyone you know.
Yeah. And Dave just publishes a driving live. Just like, yeah, world's going to end. World's going to end. I'm doing about 170 on the highway because fuck it. World's done.
World's done.
Turns out Jesus is some dude named Nick at a Red Lobster in fucking Medford.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's tough. So come to find out, Tom Brady does not plan on holding out of OTAs and is not demanding Jimmy Garoppolo money, which...
Take the roper off your neck, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
Climb down from that stool.
Thank you. That's kind of where it all was. So you're talking about Josh McDaniels, everyone sitting around here it goes. So that started, I'm like, okay, well, Josh is back. That's fine. That's
next shoe.
And then the next one's like, Tom Brady's going to hold out if he doesn't get Jimmy Garoppolo money. I was like, the ego's always getting in the way.
Looking back at it, like that 6 to 10 hour of hysteria, it didn't make any sense. Like, Tom Brady has never, ever complained about his contract.
But what's the narrative this season
is that
in
Jimmy
New England?
Made him very uncomfortable.
And everybody is like, we're going to make any story and every story be the Patriots are shutting down.
Yeah,
listen,
and Brady versus Garoppolo.
This is all happening because people take the Wickersham report as gospel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if everyone looked at the Wickersham report, as I think you can, and that's critically looking at it, going like, some of this is probably true.
Yeah.
Some of this is probably just like guesswork.
Right. Sources.
And then this dumbass, Ron Borges from the fucking paper, coming out.
Who has an anti-patriot agenda history.
And going sources. And then people are freaking out like, I don't understand why Patriots fans can never trust like reports.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, yeah, they're always out to get you, right? The media and everything, they're always out to screw with you.
The ones in Boston are. So how are we supposed to believe ESPN?
Right, exactly.
These guys write for fucking Boston papers.
Right.
Ron Borges.
Tomato cans,
the
Dan
dude,
Shaughnessy.
Yeah, Dan Shaughnessy. The dude who's on EEI all the time who published the Pats film, the Rams walkthrough.
Oh, John Tomasi. Yep.
All of those reports were wrong.
Right. All of them.
And they're from Boston papers. And you want me to believe some asshole from ESPN who hates the fucking Patriots?
Right.
Who still tells their fucking media, who still tells their fans, the ESPN fans, that the Pats filmed a walkthrough, even though fucking the Boston Herald had to publish a front page report like, yeah, we're sorry about that.
Right. They had to do a whole retraction.
We have fucking our own media lies to us.
Yeah,
and you want us to believe some fucking asshole's report.
Well, here's the other thing. If Kraft and Belichick has nothing to do with this. Should be fucking Kraft because he's the owner and he's probably one of the biggest owners in the NFL.
Yeah.
Should look at should say, like, publicly state, I want a retraction on everything you've ever said but false about my team.
Yeah, you want.
Guess what? If not, you're in New England. Mm-hmm. I own multiple companies that I'm sure supply you with a lot of things.
Right. Yeah.
I hope you like overpaying for stuff.
Right.
ESPN,
They did that overnight.
Was it
apology
Susie
thing.
Colbert or whatever it says?
Yeah, but I
One
want
of
it
them-
on prime time,
One-
motherfucker.
yeah, and then-
Not 2 a.m. when everyone's
Right,
asleep.
sleeping like.
Want to know
we
what
have to apologize.
Tom
about
Brady
it
should do?
before.
Tom Brady should show up to that fucking auction
Yeah.
when the Boston Herald gets sold,
Yeah.
and he should be like, "All right, money's up.
Yeah, right.
Herald's mine.
Yep.
Hey, you, Borges. We're not gonna fire you.
Right.
We're gonna tie you up in a really cold like tub in the basement,
Yep.
and you can just write on wet paper with a sharp pencil
Right.
for the
Good
next
luck.
15 years.
Here's the white crayon.
And
color
when you're
your
done,
zebra.
and I want 500-page article on why the Patriots are the best dynasty ever.
Right.
But it has to all be done on wet paper with a sharp pencil, and it has to be finished before you can get out of the tub.
Speaking of cold tubs, to derail this conversation again, have you seen Kevin Hart's new show?
No.
Cold as balls.
No.
He gets in an ice tub with like athletes. Like he sits in one, the other one gets in one, and they like start with their feet.
It'd be
they, like,
better
go-
if they were both in the same.
It is
cold
so
tub.
fucking funny. He was supposed to have Lonzo Ball in the first one. LeVar Ball showed up, and he was like, "I want the sun, damn it!" He was like, "I want the sun." And him and LeVar did a show. It was really awesome. And then he has one with Blake. It's like a new show that he's doing. It might be on Facebook Watch. I'm not sure, but it's
That's a
really,
good idea.
yeah, it's really good. It's called Cold as Balls. And and every time Kevin Hart's like, "God damn it!" Like he's just like so cold. Like just
And
get,
it's-
just
you
get
know it's
in.
his
Like,
idea.
Yeah.
Did he get drunk and try and like steal a Lombardi trophy on it yet?
No, not yet. That's funny. That was really funny. That was good. Did you see
I just
that?
want to get on
The security
stage.
guard? At the Super Bowl, he was trying to get on stage. His
Oh, was
security
he?
guard fucking.
He's an Eagles fan, yeah.
Yeah. He's from Philly.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he was like, "Did you see him drunk in the car?" Saying, "That motherfucker did his job." He's like, "I'm not even mad at that."
Well, he
fucking guy."
dropped and he said "fuck" on live television too.
Yeah,
and then he's on with those guys on the desk or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm just so fucking oh." All right, I gotta go. And he like takes the headphones off.
They show him in the car later. He's like, "I'm still toasty." He's like, "Let me tell you something. That motherfucker did his goddamn job." He's like, "He stopped me. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I thought, come on, man, let me get up there." Like, I wanna go
Always,
up
the
there.
got,
always
like-
sunny
he got, like,
guys
the-
were in the crowd.
Yeah.
He got like the Matumbo finger.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy was
He
like,
he stopped him and was like,
No.
no. But yeah, check out the Cold as Balls show. It's pretty funny. It's good.
But yeah, the Patriots aren't doing
Justin
anything right
Fields is
now. They haven't hired a defensive coordinator yet.
You know what? I wouldn't be shocked about is if Belichick just
I'm
He
going to do
may-
it again.
he may
rolls
hold-
defensive
Yeah.
coordinator duties back up and like
Yeah.
as the head coach.
I'm going to do it again.
And I think that he'll probably give that linebackers coach that's getting a lot of love
Yeah.
probably more responsibility. Like, hey, fucking, do more shit
Do
than
this.
just linebackers
Yeah.
or whatever.
Do
but-
more shit.
Hey, just do more. Hey, bud.
Here's my
do
game
more shit.
plan. Install it.
Yeah. Go make it work or whatever. Yeah. Do more shit. I feel
He's
like
Or
there's a lot
maybe
of
they
good-
just make him the maybe they just make him the DC. They just
Yeah.
haven't announced it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think he's just getting ready for the draft.
You know who really needs defense?
The Celtics.
The Boston Celtics. They could use a defense coordinator right now. Holy cow, dude. Real bad.
I don't think I'm worried about it yet.
I'm not worried. They need the All-Star break real bad.
Yeah.
They
They're
need this
slowing
break.
down.
Who else is? So who on the team is actually going to the All-Star game other than Kyrie?
Horford? Does
Kyrie and
Horford make the
Horford.
team?
Horford is
Is
like,
Tatum going for the?
I like Horford a
Young
lot,
kid,
but he
young
probably shouldn't be on the All-Star game.
In the East, I think he is.
Yeah.
Like
When you look
he's
at like
getting
the
nominated for a break.
when you look
And then-
like around the East,
yeah. How
there's
many,
not a lot of great players.
how many fours
the
or fives?
NBA
do they have?
fucked that up so bad by
Did
not
they?
letting us watch the draft for the All-Star game.
I thought they did. I
No.
didn't watch it, but I thought they
No,
did
they
televise
didn't.
it.
They didn't televise it. They just posted what the teams were after,
Mm.
and that went viral.
That's because
What they should do is you want people to watch the fucking NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
Put fucking Curry and LeBron at
Right.
half court.
And pick players.
Line everyone
Yeah,
up
yeah.
and go. I want him.
So you don't know. So you don't know
I want
before the
him.
game. Right?
Yeah.
I want him. And then you have to watch. You have to watch to start the game.
Right.
Your eyes have to be on the television. You could shut the TV off after that.
I would.
But you know how many,
I would.
You know how
that
many,
would be the best part of it.
you know how many
right.
people would pay for that first commercial break?
But who's picked last? Like who's that guy? Like
You know who it is? Isaiah Thomas.
God, he is melting, huh?
Did you
That
see him
poor
get
fucking kid.
him and Rondo
Getting into it.
both got ejected.
Yeah.
What you do to stop someone from being picked last
Yeah.
is when it gets down to the last two people,
Yeah.
you just like flip a coin or something.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Then you don't have to do the last pick.
Have you ever seen?
Because imagine Curry being like, whatever. Just like, come on.
Imagine if he did it to like Klay Thompson. Just like,
Just like fucking.
really? I'm like, you're gonna leave me? No, actually, I want him.
Not yet. No, we're gonna play a 4.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah.
His knee just exploded. I want him instead of Clay. Give me him instead of Clay. I'm on your team, Steph.
It's just like, come on, man. That would be a good idea.
That would be a great idea. It should be NBA.
Could you imagine if he picks him over Clay over
I heard
Durant?
I heard through the grapevine that Curry made it impossible for LeBron not to pick Kyrie Irving.
That's probably true.
Like he just kept picking
Just
other
picking around
guys,
them. Like,
like made it so that LeBron had to take him. Just like Kyrie was like the last pick. Just
See,
like,
if I was
fuck.
LeBron, if I wanted to swing dick, I would have been like, first pick, Kyrie Irving, I still own you. You know what I mean? Just be like, you have no say in this. You're mine. You'll always be mine.
First pick was
Like,
Kevin.
That just sounds.
Right,
I'm not going to go there.
Right.
Just sounds really
I'm
bad.
never gonna let you go.
The first pick was Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
So.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if I was
Happy Valentine's Day, Kyrie. You'll always be mine.
if I was Curry, I would have picked him. I would have picked Kyrie.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, you're gonna have to beat the guy that you're gonna have
oh
to,
my god,
you're gonna have to
that
beat
would
the
go.
guy.
They would have been like the fucking Harlem Globetrotters.
I just don't. It also
you-
probably just doesn't make sense for Curry and Kyrie to be on the same team.
Yeah, right. Okay, so now we got 2 point guards. What
Yeah.
are we
Now what are we doing?
Now what
Yeah,
are we
but you
doing?
would just set up.
I think he picked
Curry
I think he picked
for
Giannis.
shooting.
I think he picked Giannis with his first pick.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's Kyrie. So who LeBron did?
No.
Oh,
Curry.
Curry,
has Giannis on his team.
Yeah. So it's Durant, LeBron,
Kyrie,
They win.
and then Curry has. I heard.
He's got Davis and Cousins, right? And
Yeah.
Giannis?
Well,
so.
he had Davis and
Yeah, right,
Cousins,
right,
but he
right.
doesn't have Cousins anymore.
Yeah.
No, I think LeBron had Davis and Cousins.
That's crazy.
But
So who the other one got? Everybody wind up like DeMar DeRozan and James Harden?
Curry had all 3-point shooters.
And it is the All-Star game.
Yeah, so it's just like all you do is dunk and 3-point shoot.
Right,
so
yeah,
Curry was just like, you're a good shooter. Get him on.
Yeah.
So he got Giannis, the best dunker, and then he was just like, give me all the 3-point shooters.
I'll take the rest.
What was it? Did you see the video? As much as I hate him, Kobe, that they're doing for the All-Star game.
No.
Like they're promoting it as like he's the last player to take the All-Star game seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
interview him, and it's his voice and the video of him playing against Michael in his first All-Star game, and about how he went.
Is it a cartoon?
No, it's real.
Didn't he win something for like best animated, like an actual like
I don't
Academy Award?
I don't know. But he went and he talks about how he went to that All-Star game to learn how to beat Michael Jordan.
Really?
And he goes, guys that go to the All-Star game to goof around,
Yeah.
they're wasting time.
Right.
You should be learning how to break that guy down.
Right.
You should put it on him to the point where he has to play you seriously,
Yeah.
and then you see their game. You learn anything and everything first point view. Like, it's not just videotape. It's you're in the game. You figure out their timing.
Right.
Because he talks about that, how Michael like went off on him, and he learned how to play against Michael that way.
Yeah. No shit. I remember when.
I don't want to give him any credit, but that's a smart thinking.
You don't want to give him any credit.
Nope.
Great basketball player.
Did you see the argument I had with my stepbrother about that?
I saw you and MJ going back and forth with the gift battle.
Yeah. About Paul Pierce.
Yeah. Like, he ain't Kobe.
My stepbrother, like, look at those stats. And he's like slapping him down. I'm like, he also played with Shaq.
Yeah, but you can make. I was going to say that.
But he says
You
to
can make
me,
the argument that hampers your stats.
yeah, no. But then he says to me, he goes, Aaron, what? Come on, he had Ray Allen and Garnett. I'm like, first of all, they were all in their fucking elder years of their career.
Right.
Wait, what's the argument that Kobe is?
Kobe. Paul Pierce.
It wasn't. I wasn't having that
Right. No,
argument.
I know.
I just said I love him. I think he's great, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, Kobe's better." I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we fucking
It's
talking about
'cause
here?
MJ put the comment, he ain't Kobe, and then you fought him on that. So he was like, and I think people were starting to be like, no, but he really ain't Kobe.
Yeah.
Like, just like in all seriousness, it's not Kobe. But
It's a
Like
difference.
he's
There-
literally not Kobe Bryant. I know
He's
he's
just
Paul
like,
Pierce.
Yeah.
he's definitively not Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, no. One guy's from LA and been shot.
Right.
The other guy thinks he's
Stab.
Stabbed?
27
Stabbed.
times, 23 times,
Yeah.
something like that.
Paul Pierce. You know how I feel about
He's legit.
the meat tubes. So I mean,
Deep cut.
calling back.
My thing, I saw that and I wanted to get involved. I was like, I don't have the time for this.
actually, Paul Pierce might be a guy who fits into my Tom Brady theory about just actually not being athletic at all.
Right,
just being good. Although I don't know if Paul Pierce actually worked that hard at being a good basketball player.
His footwork is filthy.
But he just is not athletic.
No.
I think he just had a will to play.
You look at him, though, when he's younger, he was definitely
thin.
more lean.
He was thin.
He's more lean. He's just always looked like
he's
soft.
never strong.
You know,
Yeah,
when I talk about a guy that's got like when I make the joke about like a girl,
Yeah.
Put a little
pure ass,
Right.
That's him.
Right,
Like,
He had
like,
a big old trunk.
Yeah,
Put
he
a
was
little
just
creatine in your diet, Tom. Or Paul.
Jesus.
I keep calling him Tom.
Tom Pierce. Good old Tom Pierce.
But they retired his number.
Retired his number. That's all set.
And they got fucking smoked by the Cavs in the same game.
The new look Cavs look pretty good.
Yeah, for one game.
No, they've played up. They played
like
up.
two
They beat
games. Like 2 games.
They beat someone. Was it the Rockets? They played someone out west. And
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. And they look good.
Yeah, but it's Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's looked better.
They have looked better.
The Rockets are number 1 in the West.
Yeah. Right now, I would say that Toronto and the Cavs are more talented than the Celtics.
Wait, is
But I think the Celtics are better coached and they can win series. I still think the Celtics can get to the finals if everything goes.
You know who's the guy that didn't do anything for the Celtics since he's joined the team?
Greg Monroe?
Besides him,
Yeah.
Morris. Hasn't done shit.
Very blessed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he
yeah.
doesn't.
had
Like
some
when you
nights-
said you were like, "Oh man, he's gonna bring some toughness to the team."
Right.
He ain't seen shit.
Well, no, he does because they're a top 5 defense. He plays very, very physical D. He does a good job with that stuff.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Like I think
He doesn't
he's-
do anything.
I think he's a cog in the machine of a good defensive team.
Yeah.
And
not
I
a
thought that he
standout
would-
at all.
Yeah, he's not a standout. Right. Yeah. And that's true. I thought he would kind of bring more oomph with his toughness, but I think that he just is what he is, and I think that Brad Stevens is a goddamn good coach, and he just plays well. And that's
Well,
just-
like,
Hey,
what was
to
it?
add to the Brad Stevens mystique,
yeah.
look at all these people who have left the Celtics.
Oh man.
IT, bleh.
Yeah. Jay
Avery
Crowder.
Bradley,
Yeah. Traded.
yeah, Jay Crowder.
Yeah. Traded.
Do you think they bring Avery Bradley back? Like if he ends up like on the
I mean,
on the market?
he worked great in the Celtics.
He.
I don't
signed a
know
deal?
if he would do.
He signed a deal.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
He
saying.
had a long term
was like
deal
a
with the
570
Pistons. Yeah.
Yeah, but they
deal.
traded him quick. I mean,
Yeah.
the year he
but
gets
he's still,
signed.
that contract is still.
What a great
play.
fucking trade for the Clippers, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
get rid of Blake
Yeah.
Griffin's not going to do
It's
shit.
fucking mush pie.
For that much money?
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get
Why
rid of
did
that
they pay
contract,
him that much?
You
You
get
get
two
some
young players.
It's actually.
Would you had paid him that much?
It's tough because like in today's NBA, the max contract thing is like you know
We've
what I mean?
had this argument.
Right.
I think it's a waste of all their monies, but
right.
How about
but
this?
You have to spend it.
I heard on the radio today. I think Boogie Cousins, if he would have stayed in Sacramento, would have been eligible for like the super max.
Yeah.
$230 million.
Right. That's like the James Harden deal.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
to
crazy.
Boogie Cousins.
Right. I mean, and he's
Probably worth it.
top 4 center in the league, top 3.
Top 3 center, probably top 10 player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the only and he technically plays the 5. Davis plays the 4 there when they play together.
He's bigger. He's more
stocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Is Davis taller though?
They're close.
I always think for some reason that Boogie Cousins isn't as tall as he actually is.
Yeah, he's like a legit.
Because the
6'11",
way
7
he's
foot.
built,
Like,
the way he's built looks like
he looks like
He's
Zach
more-
Randolph in a way.
Yeah, he's more
sort of
Whereas like a
6'9",
small,
6'10"
but he's
guy,
not. He's actually
7
fucking,
foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like right there.
yeah, but you can be 6'9", 6'8", and still be a dominant big man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
Absolutely, yeah.
we
Like
saw.
Zebo, yeah, like
well,
Zebo.
Ben Wallace,
Right. Yeah,
for the
yeah.
years that he was in
Who's
Detroit.
the hair for Ben Wallace?
Well, that's what
like
made him look
7'3" with
taller.
his hair,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
they made him look
It
taller.
was the hair.
It was the Afro powers. Have you ever seen that? The dreadlock powers. You ever seen the hood play-by-play things on Facebook?
No.
All right, I'm going to engage my dreadlock superpowers or whatever, and it's like football highlights, and this guy does like really funny ghetto. It's called like ghetto recap or whatever. Like that's really funny. But there it is. Take it, get it, reach in and grab it. You want a candy?
Use your words. Use your words, Jack.
You can do it. You can do it. So yeah,
On this episode,
yeah.
so it'll be, what episode is this?
60.
This will be the
60?
third time.
This is episode 60, and Josh McDaniels is back.
So,
So
episode 60, Josh McDaniels is back, /
Yeah.
This is how you cook crack, featuring Jackie.
There we go. Nice.
That's
you okay
what
with that? You all right with that?
Are you okay being attached to an episode called "This Is How You Cook Crack"?
I think we're gonna leave the Josh McDaniels' back thing and just leave it at "This Is How You Cook Crack" featuring Jackie.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's fine.
So there we go. Perfect. Sweet deal. Jackie's back there making crack right now. Actually, this is unbelievable.
Start the episode like this seems like a departure from
This is what I thought was gonna happen. So yeah. Anyways, that's a really funny thing on Facebook. Check that out. Celtics need a defensive coordinator. Josh McDaniels is back. And All-Star break's coming up. I think the Celtics really need to break.
Do you think?
I think he's going to play.
There's a possibility he comes back.
I don't know how I feel about it.
That's a huge.
What's his name get hurt? He got hurt, right? Like he might be done for the season. Smart.
He's not going to be done for the season.
But he's down for a while.
I think like when he comes back from the break.
That might hurt them too, actually. That might be what's hurting them too.
Yeah, defensively for sure.
I mean, he's good off the bench too.
I was gonna say, I just think like a decent player off the bench is
we do get a longer look at Terry Rozier.
He's playing well.
Really good player.
He's playing well.
I like Terry Rozier a lot.
For what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, Terry Rozier keeps balling out like that. Might make Marcus Smart
really
a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. They offered Marcus Smart for a first. Like, hey, we have Rozier. Anyone want Smart? Anyone want Smart?
Yeah, nobody gave it.
No, a bit.
Well, they saw him shoot. So
right, they're like, oh, that guy hits. That guy shoots.
I don't know what's crazy.
Like, shoots a lot.
So everyone's talking about how great of a coach. Like everyone, NBA media talking about how great of a coach Brad Stevens is this year. Like, oh, look what Brad Stevens is doing with the Celtics. You dumb fucks. He was doing it last year. You didn't even fucking nominate him for Coach of the Year.
That's true.
What do you think he did last year? Just sat around and ate churros? Like, what the fuck do you think he was doing?
Oh, yeah, they just won the number
Bangers
one
and mash in Boston, and he doesn't even coach on the team?
No, the head
They did it with less talent last year.
The head coach of Toronto or Eric Spoelstra are going to win the title, win the Coach of the Year this year.
Unbelievable. Look at Eric Spoelstra. Got something for Dwayne Wade and then got him back. Unbelievable.
I still can't believe that.
I like that they're giving credit for front office moods to Eric Spoelstra.
Well, you know what's funny is that like that was a big deal. Oh my God, Wade's going back to Miami. I'm like, who cares?
He's like 1,000 years old.
He's coming off the bench.
Yeah. That's a bad deal. But you know what? At first, I really thought Cleveland got worse. It might not be.
No,
I think they got younger. And fresher.
The thing is,
a lot more fun.
Guys that want to play.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
The thing is, what Cleveland did was almost guarantee that LeBron is going to LA.
That's what I thought too. I thought the same thing.
I still think that.
The only thing I don't fucking get is he doesn't want to play with Isaiah.
No, but Isaiah's not going to be on LA next year.
Right.
He's just an expiring deal.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They made it so that LA
have so much they can get.
They made it so that LA can have two
max deals
or two max contracts.
Yeah.
Where's he going to end up? Isaiah.
Yeah, he'll be a free agent.
I think if he can put it past him, I think Phoenix is the perfect place for him. Which seems crazy.
Know where he played?
That's where he played, and that's where he was scoring because they traded him to Boston. And every time they played Boston or they played the Suns, he would just stare at the bench the whole time. Every time he scored,
he'll go wallow away on like the Nets or the Kings or some bad team.
What was I say? Didn't he play
Phoenix
on the Kings?
Actually, the Kings is where he's drafted. Yeah,
Chicago.
So he might. I was gonna say. I was thinking he'd end up in like Orlando.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Whatever. Just
somewhere warm.
I think for him,
the Hawks.
Phoenix would be the best place, and I think for the Suns, it's a great move.
Yeah,
but I don't think he'll ever put it past him because he seems like a man to hold
the Mavericks. That's where he'll go.
Yeah. There you go. I like it. The Pacers.
What's crazy to me is the Paul Pierce retiring thing.
Yeah,
they people were making a big deal out of the Ray Allen thing, and it's like he was invited. He went golfing instead.
Right.
He did. Yep. Like, he already had this plan. I forgot who it was. He was going to golf.
He was with some fucking loser, too.
But he went golfing.
Yeah.
And then they were like, he did reach out to Paul and, like, say congrats or whatever. They also said that Paul Pierce has stated that he's kind of in the know. He's pretty sure Garnett's number is going up in the rafters next.
It's crazy to me.
Why?
Oh, he was with George Lopez.
Yeah, people were like, "What kind of deal are they working out on the golf course with George Lopez?"
It's kind of I don't know. Garnett is a great player. I love Kevin Garnett.
He should
not have his jersey retired from the Celtics.
He totally embraced
Minnesota
pride.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He was the reason they won a championship.
He was the glue to that whole team.
He was there for as long as Danny had him, as long as the Celtics had him. Right? You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he left.
Yeah.
He got traded.
They traded him. Him and Paul.
Probably like 6 years?
I think it was 5.
Five?
I think Ray was there.
5 or 6.
I think Ray was there for 5. He was there for 6.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
He's a Timberwolf.
He's a Timberwolf. That's
He
true.
should go in the rafters as a Timberwolf. I mean, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
He should.
I think his number's already retired.
I don't think so.
He should have his number retired.
I think in Minnesota.
He should have his number retired in Minnesota. He can go in the Celtics Hall of Fame. But it's different to have your number retired.
I don't think the Celtics have a Hall of Fame.
I think that's their Hall of Fame.
That's their thing.
Well, if they had a Hall of Fame,
Yeah,
he could go there, but I don't think... I think having your number retired is a different thing than saying
Yeah.
you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like if the Patriots... Because the Patriots have a couple retired numbers.
Yeah, you know what's funny is they didn't retire, like, Brewski's number.
Right.
The year after they gave it over.
Because I don't think Brewski is a number retire guy.
For your team?
I just
And he
don't...
played that
Is
long?
John Hanna's retired?
I think to have
think
your number
so.
retired, you have to be, like,
All worldly?
transcendent.
Yeah, so that's my point.
I mean, the
next.
Celtics have
Does
already kind of fucked that whole thing up.
Does Brady get his number retired?
He absolutely should.
You should.
He should.
Yeah,
No, I'm
the
not saying
Patriots,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the way the Patriots do it now, they don't retire numbers. They don't retire numbers.
Yeah, but they probably will for Tom Brady.
Maybe.
I mean, if you're going to talk about being transcendent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they
The-
should
the
build
other
a fucking
thing-
statue to the dude.
well, the other thing that was the big cheers they were getting, because you saw that they had.
I need Kraft, Brady, and Belichick in a Charlie's Angels pose statue built.
Did you see that the 4 that were there, like, or the 3 that were there to support him?
Yeah.
They had Doc,
Yeah.
and Garnett, and Rondo were there.
And Leon Poe.
Was he there?
Leon Poe
That
was in the
alien-looking
building.
motherfucker, Rajon Rondo.
Oh,
And did you see what he calls him Doe?
Doe.
He calls him Doe.
Hey, Doe. Rondo.
Rondo. He calls him Doe. And then
Does he call Ray, and then he calls Kevin Garnett me, and then someone's
Ray me.
Fa.
Yeah, Del Rey, mi, fa,
but then
sol, la.
he mentioned Garnett, and then he talks about how Garnett said the only thing he's ever told me is that he wishes he could have came here 5 years earlier.
Yeah. That's true.
Don't get me wrong. I love Kevin Garnett. He's probably
If he was your guy,
one of my favorite Celtics, if not my favorite Celtic, over Paul Pierce of all time. Just because I like him that much. I don't think he should have his number retired here.
I don't think so either. And it's tough because I agree with you. I really, really like him. I think that he was the reason they won the championship.
Like, I'm not saying he's the best Celtic of all time, like as a favorite.
Yeah,
He's
no,
my
yeah.
favorite Celtic.
I was more.
anything is possible, guys.
How did I think about that? Oh, I screwed that line up. Fucking nothing is impossible is what you're supposed to say. But did I ever tell you that?
No.
You ever hear that story? Oh, yeah, Adidas had this whole campaign ready with Kevin Garnett. They said, "Hey, if you win tonight,
Say nothing is
you're
impossible.
supposed to say nothing is impossible." And they had like all this merchandise ready to roll out the next day, right? And he got out there. He's like, "Anything is possible." And then it was like, the guys at Adidas was like, "Ah, well, fuck it." Just there goes.
Redo the
They're
merchandise.
like, there goes everything. Whatever. They just like burned it. Like, fuck this.
So there's a bunch of kids in Africa somewhere where the nothing
Yeah,
is
nothing-
impossible.
That was one of the memes I got from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hey guys, awesome! We're gonna get a lot of Patriots Super Bowl shirts this year, and I'm like, oh,
Someone
fuck
has that
yourselves.
meme saved on their computer and they just erase
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons. They put New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have that one with the
Yes.
The kid. yeah.
African kid doing the little two guns, just like, hey, Elvis pose.
Yeah, I'm looking at KG's numbers in Boston. Never averaged 20 points a game. Never averaged 10 rebounds a game.
He wasn't the same KG.
No, he wasn't
right.
expected to be the scorer.
They don't win that championship without Kevin Garnett.
Of course, no, and I that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he won Defensive Player of the Year that year.
Yeah.
That they won the title.
He
He should have won MVP.
I don't know why Kevin Garnett's my favorite Celtic of all time.
What is that?
He refuses to let people shoot after a foul.
I love
Yeah.
He will do anything in his power
any dead ball
to
you're not
make
making
sure that ball does not go in the hoop.
Right. Yeah. I also think he's my favorite basketball player because he said to Carmelo Anthony that his wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
He also swears and says obscene things on the court.
All the time.
At himself, at anybody. At anybody.
He has
He's
one of
like
the worst
grandfathered in,
mouths.
too. Like, refs, like, just know. Like, oh, that's just him being him. He's like, fuck that fucking thing, the fucking whatever. And the ref was like, okay, all right. Like, that's just Kevin being Kevin.
Big 3 basketball news update, by the way.
Ooh,
Did
deep cut.
you see Greg Oden is applying to be in the Big 3 draft?
Aren't they being sued? We talked about it. Last Big 3 thing was.
Oh, yeah. But I guess it's continuing because
Right.
Greg Oden's
Keep
like,
it coming.
I want to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a game
I
changer.
never watched a lot of Big 3.
Yeah.
Like, I know
We watched the first
I
week.
watched.
Yeah.
I watched one game.
I fell down a Big 3 rabbit hole Christmas Eve.
On YouTube or something?
Nope, on television.
Oh,
I was at my
yeah.
aunt's house for Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And the football games were over.
Yeah.
And I was, what's on?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Big 3 basketball is replaying their
whole
their
season.
like playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watched all of it.
Nice. Nice. It's not bad.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Terrible.
It's not terrible. That's terrible. Yeah.
Do you want to
Josh
know
McDaniels is bad.
the only team playing well?
The Boston Bruins.
The Bruins.
Yeah, easily.
I'm going to see the Baby Bees next Friday.
Yeah, do that.
Joe's bold prediction:
Yep. Deep cup run
Boston still wins a championship.
in
this year.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
A Boston team
Comes in 2018.
wins a championship in 2018. The losing streak stops at 1.
keep the top ready.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
I
It
think,
goes with the Bruins.
I think they genuinely.
It could be. I honestly think the Celtics could win.
I don't.
Not right now. You're basing it on their play
Not
recently.
even. No, I'm basing
You
it
don't
on
think
the
if they
fact
make the finals that they could
they
win?
can beat Golden State in 7 games. They can. But
You think
I think
LeBron's
going to
beat them?
fell the fuck in love with this team. It's not that I'm necessarily falling off the bandwagon because they're not playing well. I think that we jumped way up on the bandwagon because that whole 16-game win streak, Brad Stevens was like, we're not this good. We're not this good. We're not this good. Like, I don't know why. Like, everyone's saying
Guys,
we're great.
stop
Like,
telling me how
seriously,
awesome we are.
Yeah, and I believed him, and that's what he said the last
I
night
think.
after losing.
I think
the
we're a
score,
year early. To be
giving
honest
up
with you.
129 points to the goddamn Blake Griffinless Clippers or whatever last night. He goes, this is kind of what I was talking about when we were winning 16 games. Like, we have a lot of work to do. Like, we're very, very behind with the rest of the NBA.
I think we're a year early.
I think we're a year early.
I
agree with
think
you.
the Celtics have a chance. That bold prediction is really based on I think the Bruins can actually do it, and I think the Celtics have a chance. They have a shot
Right, yeah.
at winning a championship. I think we're a year early. I think next year, especially if LeBron leaves and goes to the Western Conference,
Yeah.
the Celtics have a real chance. Because if you can get into that finals,
Yeah. Oh, I think anything.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially with Gordon Hayward back for the whole year.
That's a game changer.
I mean, that's a big thing.
If Hayward plays, I would be much more inclined to think they'll be where they should be.
Yeah.
But I do think that you're asking. Jason Tatum played out of his head. Jalen
Yeah,
Brunson played out of
he's
his
going to
head.
hit the rookie wall.
Right,
it's going to happen.
How many games have they played?
They have
About 60?
28 left.
Yeah, it's almost 60.
So they've been okay. How many games do they play in college basketball?
30.
Yeah, it's like half.
So
of that. Yeah.
he's played more games than he's ever
The
played
break will help
in years.
Yeah, that
Probably.
And they play 30 over like
It's like
6 months.
the
or
same
whatever.
the same amount of months that the NBA season is.
Yeah.
They play
Almost a
third
third of it,
almost a third of those games.
That's
in
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
Yeah,
Like
so he plays like once a
he's
week. as opposed to
learning
3 times a week.
in one season what it's
Right.
like to travel every
Yeah,
night.
that's what Dave said. The break is good for them.
Yeah,
they
right.
need the
They
break.
need the All-Star break.
They,
I think-
they can reset. They can gather themselves.
Absolutely.
You get some time to rest.
I
then-
think they'll be good coming out. I think they're. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're as bad as they are right now.
Where are they in the
either.
East?
Third right now, second or third.
Who's ahead?
They're
of them?
second in
Toronto and Cleveland.
They're second in the Atlantic.
Second in the Atlantic. Yeah, they're second in the division, which is
Yeah,
Toronto.
Toronto's number
And
one.
I think
And you're
Cleveland
like-
is creeped ahead of them.
And you're not far. Like you're like 1 or 2 games out. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
not.
not
You're not. You're not a team
obviously,
that's.
I want them to win.
Yeah. No. So do I.
I want them to get the first seed if they can. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right. Yeah, I do too. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they're as bad as they've been playing lately. I just don't think that they were ever as good as they were playing during the second.
And I think they match up well with a lot of the. Like, I think they match up well with Toronto. I think they match up well.
They're second in the conference. Toronto has a 2-game lead, and that's it. So
I think they match up.
Second in the division.
I think they match up well with Toronto.
Yeah.
I think if you put Toronto in a series, it's a different story. I think all the teams. I don't care what anybody thinks. The Cavs are the same way.
The new look Cavs though are long. They're long and athletic.
Yep.
And I think they have 1 year to try and win it because I genuinely think LeBron's leaving.
Yeah.
Just adopt what's his name from Green's Draymond Green's style. Start kicking them in the balls. I don't care how tall you are. I'm gonna bring you down to my fucking size.
Ball kicking.
I'm just saying.
When you're Steven Adams and you know the refs ain't gonna call shit. I love that meme. That's my
Have you seen the best thing is the transformation of Steven Adams? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
From when he came into the league to like what he looks like now.
The guy's like a total.
He looks like
right now.
he looks like what's his name?
Looks like he's on Narcos.
He looks like Aquaman.
Yeah.
With like
Kinda.
the long hair and
Yeah.
the fucking sleeve tattoos.
Yeah, he's all over.
He's like the Australian Aquaman. He's well put together.
That's true.
Saw all of Australia down there.
Yeah, he looks like all of Australia. So the Bruins are playing well.
Josh McDaniels is back.
No, I just think that it's crazy being a Boston fan right at the moment. You also have the nothing doing fucking Red Sox as usual.
I'm going to put it out right now. That's officially locked in.
Yep.
I want to hear your answers. JD Martinez plays for the Boston Red Sox in 2018. Yes or no?
No.
No. From Aaron?
I'll just go with yes.
I'm going with yes. I was going to say yes.
Joe's like, I'm just going to even it out here.
He's not going to not play baseball this year.
No.
And they're the only ones to make him an offer.
Okay.
Or make the best offer.
I mean, best offer.
I'm not saying you're done. I just think he could just say, fuck it. You guys, I don't think I'm getting enough. I'm going to go take 1 year for $35 million from this one team as opposed to 5 for $125 or whatever. So he could do that. I just think he's a dummy, and he has to, absolutely. This whole time, my mic's been mad quiet. I didn't even notice.
I wasn't complaining.
Yeah. All right.
I liked it better when it...
Right.
Okay,
wow. I think he has to... You know what I mean? Like, sign a 5-year deal? I don't know, but...
No, I mean,
they gotta do something. But I mean, they're at spring training. Like, when's it gonna happen? So, like, every day that goes by, I'm sort of like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe they're just gonna go out there and, like, Mookie Betts and Xander Bogaerts.
They got Pedro working with Price.
Nice. Hopefully about toughness.
I guess he's come out and, like, made, like, not a public...
They don't...
But, like, he's kind of backed off the media aggressiveness.
They don't
right now. They're not in Boston right now, so I guess he can kind of play nice.
I think about the goddamn...
Well, that's where the Price Hummer came from. The
Price
I know.
Tank.
Yeah, it's down Florida.
You know, I think about the fucking Red Sox.
Okay, this is going to be good.
They don't stand a fucking chance.
Really?
And in Boston, if you don't stand a chance, I don't give a fuck about you.
Ooh.
I had a guy
not going to win. I don't care. And they're not going to win. No, I don't give a fuck. They're not going to win. The Empire's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't.
They can't pitch. They got no pitch.
I don't give a fuck. The Empire's back. They're gonna hit 17 home runs in your face per game. You have the fucking entire West Coast is better than the Boston Red Sox. The entire NL is all better. They're all better than you. You have a pitching staff that has one good pitcher, one guy who can't even take a guy like, fastball could be a little bit faster. He blows up. He can't even handle it.
Right.
He's only good out of the bullpen. It's the only time he can win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Your entire offense fucking stinks. Can't hit home runs to save their lives.
Last year. They had it down here last year.
It's just going to happen. It's just going to come back.
But I mean,
your second baseman is
Mookie Betts had 30 home
720.
runs.
Your second baseman is 720 years old.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
True.
He's like 30.
The Yankees are going to lap you in home runs. That's how many home runs they're going to hit.
That's a real David Portnoy move.
They're going to fucking hit. They're going to hit so many home runs that they could lend you half of their home runs, and you would have
more than
they would have double your home runs still. They're going to hit 3 times as many home runs as you. Why? Because you didn't want to fucking cough up the money to get Giancarlo Stanton. You didn't even ask him how much he wanted.
That
You're
wasn't.
just like,
They
no,
didn't
fuck
pay
it,
him.
give
They
it to
traded
them.
for him, didn't they? It was a trade, sir.
Doesn't matter. You didn't even ask what they wanted for
Derek
him.
Jeter hooked the Yankees up. Let's not be fucking
Well,
frauds about this.
Buy the
There's no-
Marlins. Buy the Marlins and then ship them up. I mean,
Come on, David Ortiz, go buy a team and
and
hook us
now
up, would you?
you know we need
We'll give
hitting.
you the money, David. Just go down there and put your name on
figure
it.
it out.
You
Sign
know we
your
need
name.
hitting. They know we need hitting.
But here's
JT Martinez knows we need hitting, and no one wants to fucking come here. Still,
But here's the problem with the Yankees, and I still say this. I know
can't
everybody.
pitch.
One, you're banking on CC Sabathia to fucking find the fountain of youth.
he's like 700 pounds. He could roll the ball there. It doesn't matter.
And then
When you're scoring 300 runs a game.
You're also hoping that you don't run into like. Now the only problem you have going for you as a Red Sox is your hypothetically two best pitchers and your starting pitchers are left-handers. What do they have a lot in New York?
right-handed.
Right-handed fucking bats. Right. So that's the only thing. If you could get if they run into a team that has dominant righties, that team is fucked.
Yeah.
They don't have a left-handed bat.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Ellsbury
Blow
that
up.
can't bat?
Right.
blow them up. Become the Padres. I could give two fucks about this team.
We've gone back and forth now. This is
I just think you're
coin
downplaying
flip.
the fact that they have a moron running their team.
The
That could
Yankees-
make a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah, but I
You
also
know
don't
what?
know that we don't have a moron either.
He's a baseball manager. I mean, they sit in the dugout, they dress like the players, they
Yeah, but
they
I
chew a
think
thing
he-
of seeds, and then Giancarlo Stanton hits 27 bombs in a game, and it doesn't matter how many bad mistakes you make.
I think John Farrell let alone cost the Red Sox probably about 5 games last year.
No, I'm just saying. I think you have a guy that, lack of a better word,
I know that
you have
Carter's
an
manager.
offensive. You have not off. You have a manager on your team that takes the game seriously.
Yeah.
You have a manager that is the manager of the Yankees, team that's very youthful. He doesn't take the game seriously. He laughs at fucking everything. Mm-hmm. Yes, does that promote happy players? Yeah. Does it promote wins? Sometimes.
Depends. Yeah.
I just think I'm being realistic about the team.
I might too, but like I'm not
your
downplaying.
Offense was trash.
But it was
But
a down
who's
year.
I
Everyone
was
had a
gonna say
down year.
who's
Yeah,
saying
that's nice, but
who's saying
Even
Betts
if they-
doesn't find another 10
Even if
home
they-
runs.
even if they have an-
Bogarts finds another 15,
if
and
they
now
have an
you're
up year, they're still in the bottom part of. They were last. They were dead last
know.
in
Yeah,
the league
yeah. I'm
in
not-
home runs. You didn't add any power,
Right.
and your power hitters all got a year older, and some of your power hitters are already
If some of
a
your power
year.
hitters are going into their prime.
Yeah, some of
Betts
them.
and Bogarts
But
and
even let's say they have an up year. Now you're going from last in the league in home runs till fucking 20th in the
25th or
league in
whatever,
the home
right,
runs. Like you're
Yeah, but-
you're not that much better.
but-
You need a power bat.
But they did win the division while being last in home runs.
Yeah, but
And
they
last in
barely won the division.
Yeah, but
And-
you still won it.
and-
All you gotta do is win
and-
it. All you can do is win
And
it.
you won to a Yankees team that had no business being as good as they were. And what did the Yankees go to do? They added one of the best fucking players in baseball.
absolutely.
They were just like, oh,
Don't get me wrong.
we were better than you last year, even though you won the division.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying that the
what
Yankees
you
aren't
did
gonna
was
be good.
jack shit. And what we did was get an MVP candidate.
Right.
So have fun.
What
you
if
know,
they get JD Martinez? You still think they're awful?
I think they're slightly better than awful. I just don't. I want
think they'll be
David.
good.
I
I
want
think they'll be
David
good.
Price to strap C4 to his fucking price tank and
You picked
and
last
drive it
year
into the fucking Red Sox stadium
Last year
and
you
blow them
picked-
all up.
that they would win 98 games last year.
Yep.
The team is now worse.
I was a naive sack of shit last year.
I was going to say the team is not the worst.
I was
the
one
exact
game
same.
off. I was
It's
one game off.
Yeah.
I was a naive sack of shit, and I didn't think.
So what do you think they win this year?
2. I think they win 2 games.
All right, it's a 2 and 160. Not
Yep.
bad. All right.
It's so early
No,
to
they
see.
probably win 91. I mean, they're probably decent,
So that's like what they were last year, right? 92.
Yeah.
but they're not gonna. They're not a championship baseball team.
They're not going to win the World Series. Fuck no. Of
Yeah,
course
so
not.
then blow them up. Become the Padres. I don't want to see them.
I just think
Black
The
out-
Celtics weren't going to win the championship last year.
Black out the games. Yeah, but the Celtics are at least fun to watch. Like, I don't...
Yeah, but the Sox are their core is young and up and coming.
Yeah,
Dad's been attending.
yeah,
Bradley.
it's really fun baseball if you want to watch
Well,
someone
I
hit
think-
a bloop single
I think-
and then maybe make it all the way home.
But are you forgetting? Are you forgetting that like Judge was horrible the year before when he was called up, and then all of a sudden just figured it out.
Yeah.
Want to know what the Yankees?
And I think
you wanna know
that's
what the Yankees?
and I think part of that's their manager. Their manager did really well with that team, and they decided to fire him.
You want to know what the
What
Yankees
if
did
Devers
though?
does what Judge does? Or Judge did?
Yeah, Devers could be a big. I mean, he could be.
He might be a power bat that they've added this year that they didn't have all last year.
The thing with what the Yankees did
It's a
though.
goddamn good point.
What
Like,
the yeah,
nobody
it is.
fucking
It is.
acknowledged
It is a good
it.
point.
It was what I
I
basically
said you were right. I said you were right. What the Yankees did though is they went out and got an insurance policy because
in
if
case Judge dies.
we were this close to a World Series with just Aaron Judge. So even if Aaron Judge falls off a cliff,
Right.
Max Kellerman style,
Right.
this year,
18 months from now.
what we did was we went and got an insurance policy and Giancarlo Stanton
Who's
so that our
saying-
production.
already better than
So
Yeah.
who's saying Stanton's not going to be like fucking Carl Crawford when he comes to New York
that could
and shit the
happen.
bed, or
He's much better than
or
Julio.
Randy Johnson that just hates being bothered by the fucking media.
Right. Well, at least
Because
Giancarlo. You think
Giancarlo
Giancarlo's
Stanton
going to
is
be
like
a
a
piece of shit?
young
They
fucking
gonna come up?
stud.
Right.
He is, but like I'm saying,
Man,
like
he's gonna ball the fuck out.
he
in New York.
had a really big comfort zone in Miami. Nobody gives a fuck
Remember,
about
he did
baseball
say-
in Miami.
He did say he wanted to go to the West Coast. He wanted to go to the National League. He didn't want to go to a major market.
You know,
Like, okay,
he thinks
all right.
that
Oh,
until
well-
he hits a pop fly in Yankee Stadium and it drifts
Of
out
course,
of the ballpark.
no, yeah,
you know
I
what
get
I
that.
mean?
But I mean, I think psyche is a lot of it, and we've seen that with every National League player that comes to the Red Sox. And it's like, oh yeah, they're
you know
really
what?
good. I'm not saying I wouldn't bet money that Giancarlo Stanton's gonna have a down year, but would I be fucking would hell
Surprised?
freeze over
Would
if
surprise?
You know what? You know what? My new motto is set expectations low, and then
Yeah.
you always fucking when
No,
you
you're not.
surpass them, you're always happy about it.
That's okay.
So that's what I'm going to do with this.
If you
Sox from now on.
preface this conversation with that, I'd be like, okay,
I'm gonna
right.
set the expectations at 2 wins.
Yeah,
and
2
then
wins, not bad.
When
And
they
then
win
when they
their
get,
third
like-
win, like
Yeah.
a month, like 2
It's
weeks
all
into the
house money.
season,
It's all
I'll be
house
like,
money from there. There we go.
all right, we're good.
Not bad.
No, I just think they're going to be not the worst
San Diego
team.
Padres in short order.
I just think that they're going to still be better than Toronto and Baltimore and compete for the East.
Yeah, in Tampa. I think
Yeah, I
think
just
it'll-
forget about Tampa
I think
for
it'll
some
be. I think it'll
reason.
be a Yankees Sox.
Because Tampa just doesn't spend money, so I
Do you
forget
think-
about them.
Do you think we will be happy?
Didn't they trade
Do you think we'll be?
Longoria. I'm
Longoria?
just thinking that. I don't know.
I
do you
think
think
they
we'll
traded
be
him or he
happy
got
with the Red Sox
signed
season
somewhere
come
else.
October?
Say that again.
Do you think we'll be happy with how the Red Sox perform come October?
I think they'll be in the playoffs.
That's not what I asked, though.
So, I mean,
Do you think we'll be happy with how they performed?
the only time I would be ultimately happy by the end of the season is if they win the championship.
All right, then you
So-
won't be happy. So
Well, no, see, here's the
become
thing.
the Padres.
Here's two things. You figured out your rotation. Hypothetically,
I figured out my rotation a long time ago. It's Chris Sale, and then the rest are bums, and they can go
Priscilla
pitch
just won the Cy Young the
somewhere
fucking calendar
else.
year
I was
ago.
going to say, like, if he figures it out this year, he gets back to where, not even to where he was, but
I mean,
better.
he did. He was always where he was. The team just hit the
Right.
year before.
Yeah, he fucking joined the 2020 club.
He had the
almost, so
same.
it's fucking
He had the
unbelievable.
same like ERA
Right.
and shit from the year before when he won the Cy Young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
It's
just
just-
had 20 losses. That's
He
all.
didn't. He didn't fucking.
Or 18 or whatever.
He didn't have it. His team was last in home runs, so he didn't
Yeah.
get any run support.
Erod's not bad.
No, I agree with you.
Okay.
He's another
Chris
lefty, by
Sale's-
the way.
Chris Sale's great.
Chris Sale's amazing.
He's great.
Yeah.
David Price is suspect at best.
Well, here's the thing.
Like,
You
could
get
be-
him to figure out
Right.
his shit.
That's real important. That's real important.
I don't think you're going to win the East. Don't get me wrong. And I'm keeping my expectations low.
I
But I think
trade the Boston Red Sox for Kristaps Porzingis.
and then give him to the Celtics. Like I don't get it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
He's
Torn
gonna try-
ACL and all.
Take him now.
His
We'll-
value's down.
We'll
Why
catch.
not?
Like I said, we're a year early already,
Right,
so
right, yeah.
we'll have the unicorn for next year.
I don't see why the Red Sox couldn't win the division. Now, maybe I sound like a total nut job, but
So great. We'll have a pennant to hang in the rafters.
I think so.
Suck my
No,
dick.
I'm not saying. All right, Kyrie Irving. All right. So, they could definitely be 5 or 6 games better than they were last year with the incompetent John Farrell, with some added pop and Rafael Devers, and with everyone being
I
bad
think-
last year.
Yeah,
Someone's got to be
Betts
better.
and Bogarts are going to have to figure. And here's the other thing:
That
if
is
you're
a-
the Red
that is a
Sox,
glass half full.
And they had
no,
the injury bug
no.
bad last year.
Or here's the other thing:
Real bad
if
last
you get 3 months into the season and you look at your team and go, Bogarts isn't hitting, Betts isn't figured it
And
out.
then you become
trade
the
them.
Padres.
Yeah, then blow it up. But
right.
you have to give them.
You know, I'm partially joking about the Padres thing. You don't have to.
No,
you don't
but
have
I'm
to blow
saying
the team up like that.
No, but you should.
Like you need to keep Betts.
But here's the thing: if
You need to keep Betts.
Yes, but if you
endeavors.
look at,
you need to keep Betts endeavors.
But here's the thing: if this season you watch him,
and Benintendi.
you watch him, and then Benintendi's horrible this year. Hypothetically,
Don't say that.
no, I want him.
I won't watch them.
He's left-handed. I want him to play better.
I won't watch them. If Benintendi's horrible, the season's over.
But here's my thing: if he's playing bad, and you can get somebody to trade him for to start building towards the future,
Yeah.
and you know you're not going to win the fucking division.
As it is
you know.
now, I might only watch the Red Sox and Chris Sale pitches.
Even then, I went and saw him play live. He got fucking lit up by Toronto. Don't bet on that.
Well,
Don't bet on this team.
at least the first half
You
of the
can't
season.
even bet on bets right
Yeah,
now because they're going to fucking
Arbitration.
arbitration.
How do you fuck that up,
Right.
Boston?
Want to know how you fuck that up?
Unbelievable.
Want to know how you fuck that up?
Scott Boras.
There you go.
Is he a Boris guy?
Yes,
Yeah.
he won't take. He won't. They. Boris won't let him take.
Ruining baseball. Ruining baseball.
Once again,
He's
man.
not. He's not. He's been doing it for years.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Just-
Teams are just
I got a
tired of it.
bat in my
Give him
trunk.
the Herald.
Go hit for the Red Sox.
No,
Oh.
his
Get some
knees.
pop. Oh, gotcha.
I don't.
Who?
I,
Boris.
Bets? Oh, what's
you want to break? I mean, you
And
can
you can break
wheel
Boris's
and
leg.
deal with no knees.
yeah, you gotta.
I break
Scott
it.
Boras could look like Stephen Hawking
What you
and
gotta
still
do
get a
is-
$700 million contract with fucking Mookie Betts.
It's fucked up.
I need $700.
That's it. That's how you do it.
No, I just think you keep, like you say, keep expectations low, but at the same time, this team hopefully finds an identity. I think that's what was lacking last season. Like you said, it was so boring to watch.
I'm
They definitely do not have an idea.
I'm skipping the Boston Red Sox season, and I'm waiting for a New England Revolution to come back on television.
I
like your
fucking
style.
hate soccer.
Hey, mixed doubles curling last night. So good. So much fun to watch. Don't know if anyone checked that
The
out.
husband and wife team, or the brother sister team for the United States, whatever they are. They're
Yep.
either brother
Both.
sister.
They're both.
Okay, from Alabama.
They're first cousins. It's okay.
That's
It's legal in West Virginia. Third cousins
It's
legal in
It was a
Connecticut.
really bad stereotype I just did, kind of like making an
Oh,
Asian voice for a guy who's not an Asian.
All right, Christian Fourier, Joey Fourier here. What the hell?
Joey Fourier.
Right, so who's his son?
Oh, hello.
Is
Joe
it?
Fourier? Yeah, that's the one that's
Nephew.
still in the league.
Nephew.
Or nephew. That's right. No, I wouldn't say state of the network is necessary here.
No.
I say you just. What do you guys got going on?
I can actually say this again.
Yep.
I put out a podcast.
Ooh, that's fancy.
It's
that is fancy.
It's the new show.
The new.
So if you listen to it expecting fantasy football advice,
You failed.
you got a lot of Kanye West songs and not a lot of fantasy football advice, which Aaron was.
I didn't get
extremely
that.
Aaron was extremely
I did not get
disappointed with. The new show is out. Set the record straight.
Draft Kanye West first in your
I-
first draft.
You know what? His deep ball is suspect. So I don't trust his receivers this year.
No.
I don't know why I made him a quarterback.
Unbelievable. No.
All right. That threw me off. The set the record straight is out. It's officially debuted. I reviewed Kanye West's College Dropout as the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell you what I gave it.
Ooh,
One
don't
of
do that.
my favorite albums of all time. I'll tell you that. So
High school.
it is.
So I don't know your scoring.
It is a,
Because I will be honest. I hate Kanye, so I can't listen. I listened to the. I had
Aaron might not listen. Aaron might not
Intro's
listen to
amazing.
like the first three.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Are they all Kanye's?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say,
thought
if
you were
it-
going through the repertoire.
I'll announce the next one. Actually, as the next one is Bruno Mars.
I like-
Grammy winning album.
24K Magic.
24 Karat Magic.
I like Bruno Mars.
All right, so then I didn't know where you stood on this.
Yeah,
I
just-
thought maybe you only listened to
Has
death
he-
metal.
You're a tough book to read.
I thought maybe you only listened to like
I
death metal
talk-
and like Audible Seal Clubbing.
No,
You know what I mean? Like
no.
I didn't know if
I like
Audible Seal Clubbing.
no. Listen. That is fucked up. No, I just don't like Kanye for what Kanye. What does Bruno Mars do other than make good music and do
Kanye
good?
West does.
No.
I might agree with Aaron on this one. Bruno Mars is
Definitely a better person.
Bruno Mars is not only a better person, maybe more talented in just every general sense.
I just think he's also. I like his style.
Yeah, no, Bruno's that dude. You're not gonna get me to argue with
Bruno is amazing.
So why are we? Why are you shitting on me?
I didn't know what kind of music you liked. I didn't know if you'd like that one.
Jesus.
It normally is like 64 inches of blood.
It's
Blood
3 inches, and I don't like that stuff.
We never know. I never know.
You guys act like all I listen to is like metal.
I don't know.
I listen
don't really
to-
know what
I-
you listen to. I know you listen to like podcasts
Yeah, but I listen to
and 3 inches of blood. Those are the two
I
things
like
I know.
3
You
inches
like,
of blood.
You like the
All right,
wrestling podcast?
if I ever put on like
3
my
inches of blood,
games
that's what
day,
she
my
said.
game day mix,
Like game mix? Oh yeah.
my
I haven't heard
game
it.
my game day mix has got like
City
it's,
High.
No,
What
it's
about,
got I got
gin and juice.
No, not gin and
You
juice.
down with OPP?
No,
You
No.
have oh, I know the fucking. I know
Africa,
what you have
Africa
on
by Toto.
no,
Damn it.
no. I have a Rick Ross song on there.
Brooklyn Zoo.
there. Regulators.
Regulators.
I don't think I have that on there. I don't think I have that on there.
know you're big-
But it is on my. It's on my playlist on
Hold on.
YouTube.
You're a
It
big-
is. It's on my playlist on YouTube.
I do know he's a big West Coast hip hop guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't
California
know about
Love?
big. I don't know about big, but I know you like. You
Yeah,
like
I like the West Coast.
I also like Audible Steel.
But I also like it doesn't.
Don't check my YouTube watch history. It's
No.
a lot of Audible Steel Club.
No, but like I also like country. I also like.
Brantley Gilbert.
I also think like Adele's talented. I like Amy Winehouse is talented. I think.
Rolling in the deep.
What's her name? Toni Braxton. I think she's talented.
Do you
I
like
think.
my rapping?
About Tracy Chapman.
I think Missy Elliott's talented.
Did you
Tracy
like my-
Chapman, yeah. Like I have an eclectic taste.
Yeah, I know,
You
I
guys
do.
just
I need
assume
to be
because
that
I wear like wrestling tees and like
You're like an angry
metal
guy with
tees.
tats.
I get it. I
I
get
imagine
it.
that you only listen to wrestling intro music, and that's it.
Just like burn it.
no, not at all.
Bad. All right, so we got Kanye West album review. Good.
What's
Bruno's coming up?
Bruno's coming up? I'm
Bruno's the
excited
next
for
one.
that.
And the Justin Timberlake album I bought, the new one.
Yep.
I still haven't listened to it yet.
Oh, cool.
Maybe.
I kind of went through it for like 3 days, and then I was like, I have not went back to it.
I'm thinking about this. Maybe I do live reaction Justin Timberlake album.
There you go.
Live
There
review.
you go. That sounds good.
Fucking zone out.
That's a lot of dead time to just like listen to the album. Yeah, I'm not going to do it to end the song, so just enjoy.
Just see Joe bobbing
Fucking
his
4
head.
minutes.
Just
No, I'll probably listen to it like the day before and then give it.
to stay on the music topic, I think I'm going to go see, because it comes out tonight when we're recording this on Thursday night, Black Panther comes out.
Oh, yeah.
I have listened to the soundtrack for Black Panther,
Yeah.
done by Kendrick Lamar. I don't like Kendrick Lamar's music.
No?
No, I don't find him that entertaining.
Hot take on Kendrick Lamar, and this might be weird coming from me, who is a straight up rap guy.
Definitely worse now than it used to be.
His first album,
Haven't listened to it.
his first album is a must listen.
That's a great,
To
that's
me.
a great album.
It is the perfect concept album. It's like people have always tried to make concept albums where it tells a story throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's ever done it better than Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
The first album,
I like Joyner Lucas's.
that one is pretty good.
That's a good
But the
concept album.
first Kendrick Lamar album is like a classic all the way around.
Yeah.
I don't think I've liked anything else he's put out.
I mean,
See, I think my cutoff's was 07, 08 when it comes to rap.
yeah.
Anything past that, it's just all repetitive, all the same shit. I don't like the random like woman's like. It was cool when it was first done, but when every other song is you putting some woman's voice over yours and doing it, you're not. It's not different anymore. It's not exciting. It's not. It doesn't change the feel to a song.
does-
I'm not saying that's Kendrick Lamar. I'm just saying in general.
No, he does do a lot. Kendrick Lamar's probably an asshole in the studio to work with. Just like, yeah, no, I want you to like pitch my voice down like 4 octaves, and I'm gonna rap as a backpack for 5 minutes. But he's this whole next rap is from the perspective of a pair of slippers. Just like Kendrick Lamar is really weird.
Like,
but his first album, he tells it's pretty much his life story in album form, and it's fucking amazing front to back.
It's a really good album.
It's one of those albums where you have to listen to it like in order.
Finish.
It's not like, oh, I'm going to put this on shuffle. You ruin the whole fucking album. Like, it's amazing.
There's like certain songs obviously you'll like that you can listen to.
Money
like
Trees is a fucking great song. But I think that since then, I like a couple songs on Damn, his new one. I did not like To Pimp a Butterfly. Like,
that was one of the worst albums I've ever heard.
And I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's a great album because they got to the end, and it's like, oh, it's like he's talking to Tupac the whole time. Mind fucked. This whole album's great. Like, that's not how it works, guys. Right. You can't just be mind fucked at the end of an album and then posthumously
and
say,
mind. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now, is he more one of those guys that like does a story? Like,
it's all story. Like,
no, I'm saying like first song, second. By the end, you're like, wow, that was a whole story, kinda.
The first album. The first album is literally a story from front to back.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it's like a 16 chapter.
That's
audio.
That I like that.
It's amazing.
Even if sometimes I don't like some of the songs, I like it. There's a country singer that does that. Like by the end of the album, you're like, I don't know how, and then you listen, like you said, you get to that last song, and you're like, oh shit, and then piece it all together.
It's the first album he did it with.
Yeah.
Is one of the most well executed like versions of that idea in the history of music.
Okay.
It's the first album. I'll tell this to everyone is a must listen. Other than that, Kendrick has been real hit. I mean, he's an amazing rapper.
Yeah, he can rap.
He's unbelievable rapping.
Yeah.
I just
You're talking about his first album, Good Kid, Mad City, right?
Yeah, he has Section 80 is actually really good too, but it's not this. Like Good Kid, Mad City is like a classic.
Yeah. It really is.
Everything after that has been hit or miss.
I also
do
like the song. What's the one where he called out everybody?
Oh, that is actually Big Sean's song.
Yeah,
it's,
right. But he did a verse.
Control.
On the Control verse. Yeah, he like redid it. Right.
He has a super cool extended metaphor in that where he talks about jumping out of an airplane and he has like a dread. He talks about killing the pilot and the plane's crashing. He jumps out and he has a parachute made of dreads or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like a super long extended metaphor for just how awesome he is. But he raps for like fucking 10 bars.
Yeah.
And it's just a metaphor the whole time. And it's really just
all
him.
one big. Yeah. That's like on not to do.
And that's the kind of in-depth music coverage you can hear on Set the Record Straight with
on
Joe.
the Chloroseptic remix. Eminem says I've listened to this song probably 50 times and it just hit me like one of the I just got it.
I will eventually review that Eminem album so that I can maybe I'll have Dave on for that one.
He says, let's go back or let's rewind it to the night before your high school dance if you think you're promised tomorrow.
Like if you think tomorrow, like
if you think tomorrow's promised, but if you think your prom is tomorrow, I never heard the promised.
He does that a lot.
Yeah, I never heard that before.
He's saying this, but if you like hear it this way, it sounds like something else.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want to do like a review on like
3 inches of blood.
No. I don't have them on record.
Audible,
I have on vinyl. I have Transformer by Lou Reed. Can do that. That's a classic record.
Yeah, I might.
I'm
not gonna
Pyromania by Def Leppard, one of my favorite bands.
I'm not gonna do all modern music. So
that's good. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool.
Idea. Or like Alabama Shakes. They're modern.
God, that fucking Joyner Lucas album is a lot. Too.
Alabama Shakes, is it the
lead singer's a thicker lady?
Yeah, but is it the Alabama Shakes album that had that hit song that they had?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't remember the name of the song.
I don't remember
that song.
We have the vinyl over there.
That song was a fucking jam.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I do listen to different stuff. I get caught up in like stuff that makes me like emotionally. Like, I would pull up to football games listening to metal, but before games, like, dude, put on like Bob Dylan. Chill me out. I want to think.
The best
I want to think.
thing for before a football game is the speech by Al Pacino from
Life is a Game, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
made a beat out of that.
Did you?
I made a beat out of Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, so it was funny when you brought that up.
Yeah, I love that song.
You got a fast car.
I took the Game of Inches thing and like I was like sampling it like and it's so like you would rap and then Al Pacino would finish your sentence. You know,
it's such a good fucking speech.
It's such a good speech. It's a good one. Pretty dope.
All right, so Bruno Mars. Next one.
25-minute plug.
I guess a preview of that is no, I don't want to say it. I was gonna say
Well, are you gonna say it or are you not?
He wants
I
to.
don't. I want to talk about it, but I think it'll give away what the score is. So I don't really.
Don't
Yeah,
do
don't.
it.
Don't do it.
Dude, save it.
I'm not going to
No,
say
don't do
the
it.
actual score, but it would
Just
imply what the score is.
Save it.
Yeah.
Save it.
Hold on to it.
Grammy winning album. Just know that.
What
So
about you?
me, my co-host for WECP got engaged
Yeah.
on Saturday before we recorded on Sunday.
Congrats.
Congrats,
What an idiot.
Jerry.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding. I already
Run.
Take it from me.
Pooja, run. Pooja, run.
Yeah, Pooja, get the fuck out of here.
We interviewed Mike Verna, Man of Steel, out of Brooklyn, New York. We talked to him, Jerry, and his buddy Joe. Joe was actually on the show as well. Not this Joe, another Joe.
No, it was me.
Heavy breathing Joe was on the show.
CPAP
What are you
Joe.
trying to say about me?
No, not you.
No, I'm just joking.
We're talking about
it wasn't-
CPAP Joe.
CPAP Joe.
From now on, that's what he will be known as.
dude.
CPAP Joe.
CPAP Joe. That is going to be his nickname from now on.
What up, CPAP?
But no, we talked about we talked to
Disrespected
him.
by Patriots. And
Yeah.
you're hearing that one.
Yeah. No, we took.
Oh, is that the guy who doesn't like the
Yeah,
Pats?
yeah. But anyway,
Oh, he's definitely CPAP Joe.
so CPAP Joe. But no, we had
That's
a
why he
good,
doesn't like the Pats. He can't get enough oxygen to his brain when he sleeps.
we we had a good interview. Lot of fun. And
he was good.
yeah, no, he was really
really
articulate about what he was talking about, and
He was a good guy.
appreciate him for his time. He actually retweeted my tweet.
Awesome.
You know, it's a big thing.
Isn't
It's a big thing.
We don't get a lot of those. So.
Wasn't Jerry Hot Take Jake about the Royal Rumble? Is that on this episode?
Yes, we talked about the Royal Rumble. He also
that
as
got
well.
that got a little testy.
Yeah, no, because I disagree.
hot.
I disagree when you try to say that the men's Rumble was worse than the women's Rumble. When the women's Rumble, their fucking work rate was horrible.
Yeah.
So
That was a valid point when you brought up just about how sloppy the whole thing was.
yeah, like as much as everybody shits on
Sasha
them-
Banks kick.
Oh,
seriously.
that meme is beautiful.
That's bad.
Especially all those Sasha Banks fans that are like, "Oh my god, I would marry her in a heartbeat."
I love Sasha, but that was a bad spot.
back to the Fourier comment. She's married to an ugly Asian man.
Right, yeah.
So
Or her.
good luck following her down.
Right.
But
Guys, we need sensitivity training.
I'm gonna need
There will
it.
be
Are
no
we going off
podcast
air next week?
There will be no podcast next week.
But no, it was a good episode. Had a lot of fun. And next time we will be talking about the road to. I think it's Fastlane's the next pay per view.
Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, and then Fastlane's before WrestleMania. So we got a couple more. We got 2 more pay per views before we hit WrestleMania.
Did you guys hear about the new concept for Fastlane?
No.
It's actually an elimination style wrestling thing, and whoever it gets kicked out of it is on the fast lane to the XFL. That's what it's called now. That's why it's called that now.
Oh,
That's a hot take.
you know what's
Yeah,
funny
it's
is
an elimination style wrestling match, and whoever loses, Brock
A lot of
Lesnar,
a lot of W-
fast lane to the XFL.
a lot of WWE wrestlers keep taking photos. Like it keeps showing up on some of the how they have the big crates that they roll in and out.
Yeah.
XFL stickers. Showing up already.
See what happens. It's
coming back.
What happens.
By 2020, it will be
It'd be a thing.
not around anymore already.
That's when the season starts.
Exactly.
That white nationalist football sport.
It's
the
called Never Getting Off the Ground.
Yep, I dig it.
See if it was the WNL, White Nationalist League.
That would
Then I would go with you,
Don't even-
Dave.
I don't. That's so ambiguous. I don't even know what they're playing. So I would definitely go check out the first game.
like, I don't know if this is just like a racist thing. Is this sort of like what happens at the end of Get Out? Like, I don't know, what is this?
My take on Get Out. That movie was good, but couldn't we just have one redeeming white character? Just like they're all terrible people.
He talks about it that it's essentially what
It's white people suck the movie. That's what that movie
No,
is.
no, no.
It's
Yeah,
no, black
I mean,
person,
his-
this is my biggest nightmare.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah,
A
that all
black
white
person-
people suck. That would be his biggest nightmare.
But that's true. I mean, you think about the things that we think
Also,
about.
why
for
did
our
that
horror
woman
movies.
not win an Academy
a wild?
Award?
That's a wild thing. She
For-
was so good.
Yeah.
She was so good.
I bought that she was a kind-hearted, nice. You know what? I'm giving away the plot of that.
Don't
movie,
do it.
So.
But anyway, no, but he's also Beal there. He's half white.
Oh yeah, Jordan Peele. Yeah.
The writer of the movie,
So there is one redeeming white person in his life,
Yeah.
hopefully.
his mother. Right?
Yeah,
right? Wasn't that the joke?
I don't
on
know
Kate?
who she is. She could be a terrible person. So I don't even want to say that there is one redeeming white person in his life.
Because they're white, they're redeeming. So that's
No,
not bad.
apparently not.
There could be terrible people. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's bad. God, this sensitivity training is going to suck next
hey,
week.
the whole time I was watching that movie, I was like, can I just get one guy who's not a complete asshole that kind of looks like me? Just one?
No way.
Nope.
Not in that movie.
You've watched horror movies. All black people die.
Yeah,
You know what?
Think about
you know
a
what?
white person's horror movie.
I'm gonna hang on it. The cop. The cop could have been a good guy at the beginning of the movie.
You know what?
Just doing his job.
You know what my horror movie is?
He wasn't even trying to be a dick.
You know what my horror movie is?
What's that?
Every fucking horror movie, because I don't want to die painfully.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Just
Like, you want Saw to happen to you?
oh no.
You thought
I
about
had to
it.
think about it. I was like, it'd
You
be
want to
cool
reach into a
survive.
bunch of epidermic needles and pull out like an eyeball, and then take a key out of the eyeball, and
Like if the key was in your belly for me to get
you
out,
would kill Aaron.
Yes.
I'd have to
Look
say-
at him.
I'd
He
have
doesn't
to-
even...
I'd have to
He
do it.
would
I
never
gotta-
leave you.
Never leave me. All right, guys.
Jeff McDaniels is back.
We'll see you next week. I gotta go cook some crack. I'll see you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
What the fuck? That was a week ago now. That's gonna be fucking... By the time this comes out, that's gonna be old.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's only gonna be 2 days old.
A week ago.
2 days. 2 days.
It's like a...
You know what? Sounds like you didn't have a good one. I'll give you a hug.
Dude, you know how much Chinese food I ate?
I'm sure.
fucking
In your
little
car?
Yeah,
I
in
saw
my
the
car.
driving live about it.
Yes, unbelievable.
Driving
I still
live
got
while-
Jill, I still got Jill off. Driving live.
Driving
I saw
live
the
while-
driving live where
Driving live
where
while
you were
eating Chinese food.
simultaneously eating Chinese food, answering Facebook comments, tying your shoe,
Yeah.
cleaning your glasses,
Yeah.
detailing your car,
all while driving.
all while other cars are going 700 miles an hour by you.
You guys want to hear something real fucked up? This never recorded.
That's not funny.
Josh McDaniels is back.